The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening across the Eastern Panhandle, wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into Eagle Field. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. It is day 2 of the sectional round of the 2021 West Virginia High School Baseball Playoffs. It is the Musselman Applemen in Hedgesville taking on the Eagles. As I mentioned, Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you, your broadcast team this evening. Avery Newport is our on-site engineer. John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman. Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio. Well, Matt, we are in the winner's bracket. Both of the teams in front of us this evening got wins yesterday, which means they are not in a do-or-die situation. Earlier today, the first team was eliminated. Martinsburg got the 5-1 win over Spring Mills, so the first team has been eliminated from this region in this postseason. And just kicking off sectional play on the other side of the region, we will get into that as we get into the pregame show and throughout the broadcast. In our matchup here in front of us this evening, Hedgesville comes in as the 1 seed, a record of 18-9 in the regular season, and adding that game yesterday for Musselman, they picked up their 11th win of the season yesterday in their slight upset win in that 3-2 matchup against the Martinsburg Bulldogs.
Well, Matt, it's interesting. You mentioned this is not a do-or-die game, not like that earlier contest where Spring Mills was eliminated, but it is a game that you desperately want to win because a victory here gives you a day off tomorrow where there's rain in the forecast, so you may end up with 2 days off. Plus, it gives you a chance to need just one more win to claim this sectional championship and move on to the regional, whereas a loss in this one means you have to come back out tomorrow, and even if you get the day off due to rain, you still have to come back and win back-to-back games, so you got to win 2 while the winner only has to get 1 victory. So this is a very important game, and both of these teams clearly want to remain in that driver's seat.
Yeah, the adage is the driver's seat, and that's what it is. One more win, and you're going to the regional round of the postseason. But the next couple of days could be interesting, and it's always interesting the further in you get how pitching plays a role. Talking with Aaron Byler, the head coach of Martinsburg, after his game today, just talking about the scenarios. Okay, if there's rain, what are we going to do on the mound? If there's not rain, what are we going to do on the mound? And it becomes more and more challenging, especially at the high school level, when you look at the depth of your pitching, whether it's starting rotation, whether it's bullpen, what you do as this tournament goes on. But with this being day 2, most teams generally have that 1 and 2 guy they know they're going to go with, and I don't think it's any surprise what we're seeing here tonight. Hedgesville deciding not to go with Kyle West last night in the game against Spring Mills. They felt they could get the win without him, and they did that in convincing fashion. And Jason Myers for the Musselman Applemen, the Applemen with Blake Hartman yesterday, and those 1-2 guys really what you expected after it was Lane DeLauder getting the win for Hedgesville last night.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lane DeLauder has been solid on the hill for the team this season, and he came out and threw a good one against Spring Mills. Gives you a chance now to have Kyle West in this situation. That could, again, keep you in that driver's seat. Meanwhile, for Musselman, we wondered after a great effort from Hartman last night, okay, who do you come back with tonight? And it's Jason Myers, and he is just a freshman, a young guy stepping out there, but we have seen throughout the course of this season that when he is on, he can bring it. He can keep this team in the game.
We'll get into some of the numbers of our pitching matchup here in a little bit. For Hedgesville, they started the season strong. I think they got off to the best start because I think they had the most returning after no season last year and what they were returning from 2 years ago. So they got off to that hot start. A bit of a lull in the middle of the season, but I think played good baseball the last week and a half of the season. And for Musselman, while they weren't playing their best baseball necessarily going into the postseason, they always seem to be that team that is one of the hardest outs once you get past the regular season. And this year, apparently, no different as they pulled off the upset yesterday.
Well, when you look at Hedgesville, winners of 5 out of their last 7, and for Musselman, they're 7-4 in their last 11 games. That's after a 4-10 start to the season. So both of these teams coming into the postseason, maybe the coaching staff would say not necessarily playing our best overall baseball, but certainly moving in that right direction and hopefully getting better each game of the playoffs.
Well, this is the season that matters, if you will. Everybody makes the postseason, and so far, each of these teams undefeated. One team is going to pick up their first loss of the postseason, and we should know who that is coming up over the next few hours. This is the pregame show, a 1-minute break to take back at the station. When we come back, we'll hear from both head coaches and preview what they're expecting in tonight's matchup. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Hedgesville Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Hedgesville Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Welcome back into the pregame show. Both teams done their warm-ups and the field maintenance going on as we speak. It's time to quickly jump into our coaches' interviews as they get ready to meet at home plate. Matt, you had a chance to catch up with Josh Hartman and Eric Grove earlier.
Yeah, I talked with Coach Hartman of the Musselman Appleman first and just asked him what he saw from his team in that 6-5 sectional opening win yesterday at Martinsburg.
I mean, I thought it was a great game. Exciting all the way down to the end. We came up with some clutch hits when we needed. Our pitchers were good enough to get the job done. We played good defense and couldn't ask for a better baseball game.
When you look at how you kind of played it out at the end and being able to get that final out, stranding the tying run at third, the go-ahead run, or virtually winning run at second, does it build some confidence when you can close out a game even in a tough situation?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even a one-run ball game in a situation like that, it definitely gives you confidence going into the next one, and you're excited to play this one tonight. I'm not going to lie there, Matt. I was a little nervous there toward the end of that game.
No doubt about it, but hey, you're staying in that winner's bracket. Talk to us about what it's like to be in this bracket and play in Hedgesville tonight.
That's another good opportunity for us. I mean, Hedgesville is the real deal. I know we're going to see Kyle again tonight, and hopefully we can manufacture some runs against him. Hopefully Jason's going for us tonight. Hopefully he can keep their bats limited a little bit, and hopefully get an opportunity at the end to win a ball game again.
When you look at the regular season matchups, do you pull anything out of those?
I mean, you do. You go back and look. Scouting reports, obviously, where kids hit the ball, things like that, how to position your fielders and play those guys. But once again, it's a whole new ball game tonight, so everything can change.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Matt. Have a good one.
Musselman head coach Josh Hartman. We now switch to Hedgesville head coach Eric Grove and his thoughts on their win last night and looking ahead to today.
Oh, we really played well in all phases of the game and hit well. Just think we got up early. Our pitcher pumped the zone all night long. Super proud of him, and just think we played with that intensity you need for the playoffs. You can't come out flat for any opponent, and I think they'll be amped up and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, I was going to ask, can you carry some momentum from that one into tonight, or is it just a totally different day?
Well, I think individually they're all different games. I've been saying all year long I think Musselman's a pretty good team, and I know they've lost some games they probably didn't want to, but I do think we can carry some momentum, especially offensively. I think they were seeing the ball well. The Herndon kid throws it well. So I'm thinking we'll see something along the same lines tonight, just not from the southpaw variety, but I feel good about where we're at going into tonight.
Give us a little bit about Kyle West and what he brings for you on the mound.
Well, he's been our team leader, no doubt about it. He leads by example with how he carries himself. And as far as he's on the mound, you expect him to just fill it up, be able to throw multiple pitches for a strike, get out of big spots if he happens to work his way into one. And so defensively, we just have to make a couple changes, but he'll be front and center for everything that goes on out here tonight.
Final question, that is, you've seen this Musselman team throughout the regular season. What do you maybe carry from those games into this one?
Well, they've all been competitive. Well, the last two were competitive. Both teams really had to earn it. I expect tonight to be a really good game also. I mean, that's a good win for them yesterday. And I think they expect to win these games. So, and that's a big part of it. I think they're mentally in the right spot to come out here and compete tonight, and I think we are too. So I think it'll be a nice high school contest.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Eric Grove, the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles. All right, that is a look at our matchup, both with us and the head coach. So let's send it back to the studio, take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll get into the starting lineups and the opening pitch. It's Musselman and Hedgesville in sectional high school baseball. We're back after this.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into Eagle Field as we get ready for opening pitch. Just 5 minutes from now is what it looks like. The coach is done with their meeting a little bit earlier than expected, as we are still about 9 minutes away from what the scheduled first pitch would be. And both teams still in their dugouts on the first and third baseline. So before we get into our starting lineups, Matt, some unique conversation going on about some of the ground rules here at Eagle Field.
Yeah, as we got here and we're getting set up and then went down to get the interviews, Coach Grove of Hedgesville said, all right, we're asking you a question. And I was like, uh-oh, what did I do? And he says, come over here. And we stood at the first base line looking past the first base bag and down the right field line. And he said, foul pole, ball hits that. What is it? And I said, well, in baseball, it's always a fair ball. Now, I'm watching and looking and going, usually, though, that foul pole has an element that's in fair territory. And he said, that's the question. Apparently, last night, there was an argument, I guess, that developed. When you look down the left field line, the foul pole actually is in fair territory. The foul line comes to the outside edge of that foul pole. But when you look down the right field line, that foul line actually comes to the inside edge. So the entirety of the foul pole is basically in foul territory. It's what you hear, a foul pole instead of a fair pole. And, of course, the umpiring crew looked at that and went, if a ball hits that, we're ruling it a foul ball. And that became an argument because in the game of baseball, if you hit the quote-unquote foul pole, it's a fair ball. So that must have been part of the topic of conversation again at home plate.
Well, theoretically, both foul lines are supposed to go from the front corner of the plate out, right? And that is the foul line.
Well, or the back corner of the plate.
The back corner of the plate.
Yeah.
Depending on which way you're looking at the plate.
That's true.
And the foul poles are just supposed to be vertical based on where that foul line is down, correct?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Again, I've never constructed one to lay out, here's how the foul pole should be put in, but either way, it became a subject, and I'm sure part of the ground rules here at Eagle Field.
All right, it is time to get a look at the starting lineups for each team. Mr. Miller, what do we have for Musselman?
Well, let's start with the Applemen. They are the visitors, and they will have first baseman Kyle Lohr in the leadoff spot. He's followed by the catcher, Baden Hartman. Batting third, playing center field, is Blake Hartman. That is Baden's older brother. Left fielder Jacob Miller is in the cleanup spot, batting fifth and pitching. The freshman, Jason Myers. The number 6 hitter at third base is Liam Wilson. Batting seventh, shortstop Trenton Wolf. The number 8 hitter at second base is Sam Simpson, and batting ninth in right field is Trevor Bohr. Musselman with a straight 9, no DH. They're led by Josh Hartman in his second season, third year with the program, 26 and 27 the record, and he is assisted by Brian Klepner, Jordan Ambrose, and Mike Mackey.
Coming out of the third base dugout right now in the green uniforms. Musselman across the front with white letters and a little bit of red piping across the numbers and the letters. Gray baseball pants and the green hat with the white M on the front. the red and gray digital camo on the bill of that cap. Matt, let's go to the Hedgesville Eagles.
The homestanding Eagles will have center fielder Thomas Budka in the leadoff spot. Doing the pitching and batting second is Kyle West. The third hitter in the order, right fielder Caden DeLauder. In the cleanup spot at third base, Riley Bubb. Batting fifth and doing the catching, Aiden Milton. The number 6 hitter, shortstop Braylon Connor. Batting seventh at second base is Colby Blau. Hitting eighth, first baseman Tyler Smith. The number 9 hitter in left field is Cam Lady. Just like Musselman, Hedgesville will go without a DH, a straight starting 9 in this one. The Eagles led by Eric Grove, second season on the field, third in the program, a record of 42-18, assisted by Nikki Brown, Derek Snyder, Scott Budka, Mike Quinn, and Brian Mosley.
Hedgesville coming out of the dugout down the first base line. They're in the white baseball pants, the blue uniform, the numbers on the front in the lower left-hand corner if you're looking at them, and the old-school script H on the chest on the upper left side of those jerseys, or the upper right if you're looking at them, and the blue caps with that same script H on them. 3 players lining up in the outfield defensively, 3 on that outfield grass and infield dirt, and then 3 on the pitcher's mound. The introduction still being done here to the fans in attendance, which should be a pretty good crowd, as we have a pretty good matchup here this evening. A pretty good crowd this afternoon, too, for some afternoon baseball between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Those 12 o'clock first pitches have been interesting the last couple of days, but there's been a pretty good fan turnout for those in what has been a unique situation this offseason, or this postseason.
Postseason, yeah, and absolutely. And they've been fun games to call. Martinsburg got the win earlier 5-1. That means they wait to see who drops this contest for tomorrow's matchup.
Let's send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute timeout as we pause here for the national anthem. First pitch coming up next. It's Musselman at Hedgesville.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Conveniently located at 440 Williamsport Pike in Martinsburg, Sunset Car Wash's staff specializes in keeping your car clean. From our famous 3-minute cloth wash to our touchless automatic and 6 self-serving bays, we offer whatever preference you have for your car wash needs. If your vehicle could talk, it would say, "Take me to Sunset Car Wash." So stop by and see us today at Sunset Car Wash at 440 Williamsport Pike in Martinsburg. Locally owned and operated. Finishing up here at Eagle Field as we are getting ready for baseball. Kyle West getting ready to start his warm-up pitches. Matt West coming in, the ace of this staff so far this year, and not a surprise being the elder statesman, a guy that's been fun to watch since his sophomore season a few years ago, even his freshman season, even before that.
Yeah, there it is, a 4-year starter on the varsity level, outstanding defensive shortstop, very good at the plate, and equally good on the mound. He has thrown in 7 games so far this season and made 5 starts, and he has had a decision in all 7 of those games, Matt. 4 wins and 3 losses. The ERA at 4.20. He has worked 35 innings on the year, has given up 26 runs, 21 earned on 39 hits. He is a power-type pitcher, 42 strikeouts to just 12 base-on-balls.
And for Musselman, what have we learned with them at the plate this year? It's all about how quickly they get started. While it wasn't necessarily the case in the first game yesterday against Martinsburg, we've talked to Coach Hartman all year long, and it's really about how quickly they can get the bats going. Not going to be an easy task against the senior in Kyle West on the mound. Again, defensively for Hedgesville, is everybody getting in their warm-ups right now. Aiden Milton is behind the plates. Tyler Smith's at first base. Colby Blau at second. Braylon Connor at short and Riley Bubb at third. Across the outfield going left to right, it's Cam Lady, Thomas Butka, and Caden DeLauder. Leading it off for Musselman as he gets ready to stand in is Kyle Lohr. Lohr, a lefty, and has been one of the staples in the top of that lineup. Jason Myers was right next to him as the number 2 man in the order for the majority of the season, but still working back from a little bit of an injury from what we understand.
Lohr, just a freshman, one of 2 freshmen in this Musselman starting 9. 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, just 3 seniors. A lot of youth.
West ready with the first pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. First pitch coming from Eagles Field right at 7 p.m.
There you go. That's efficiency.
That is perfect timing. It is the playoffs, so a 4-man umpiring crew for tonight's game. We'll get into that here in just a moment. A foul ball right at the plate going off of Kyle Lohr. Looks like maybe hitting one of his feet on the way out as he limps a little bit and shakes one of them off before he steps back in. Count quickly 0-2 to the leadoff hitter. T-ball, Little League all going on tonight, so don't be surprised if baseballs are flying in from every direction tonight. Or at least there was a T-ball game going on. Apparently, if you're on the T-ball field now, you shouldn't be. 0-2 the count to Kyle Lohr, again, a .377 hitter. 14 walks as well in that leadoff spot. West looks in, works from the third base side of the rubber out of the stretch, even with the bases loaded. 0-2 pitch, and Aiden Milton pops up ready to throw it around the horn, but that one misses just low and away.
You get a very close pitch. Buck Hoffmaster with balls and strikes behind the plate. Zach Stollifer at first. Dave Boyd at second. Keith Allison, your third base umpire.
Ready with the 1-2. Here it is from West. This one lifted into center field. Moving over onto this Thomas Butka. Comes in and makes the play for out number 1.
Yeah, well-hit ball from Lohr, a line drive, sinking relatively quickly, but a nice play by Thomas Butka. The center fielder read it off the bat, moving in and to his left, makes the grab.
And, Matt, you have a theory about those who play center field here at Hedgesville.
Yeah, I think you get some good angles in the outfield and might even be a little bit closer to home plate because the distance.
First pitch to Baden Hartman. That one spiking just in front of the plate, skipping over top of Aiden Milton. The count to Hartman. 1 ball, no strikes.
The distance from home plate to the fence in center field is not as deep as a lot of ballparks. It's a high fence, so it's equivalent, when you hit a deep ball in a home run.
Here comes the 1-0, a swing, and a ball chopped foul over towards the brick backstop right next to the third base dugout belonging to Musselman. Count even at 1.
Because there is a hillside that drops off behind that center field fence, it's a little bit shorter. And again, I think when that center fielder is in a little closer and can play where he can, might have a little better angle sometimes on a ball.
1-1 to Hartman. That one misses just a bit inside, also a little high as Hartman did bail out just a bit. More leaned out than bailed out. Now Hartman ahead in the count 2-1.
Sophomore catcher, 35 of 88. That's a .398 average. No homers. Has driven in 18 on the season. Pretty good out of that number 2 spot in the order.
West comes set. Ready with the 2-1. Here it is. This one, another one. Foul and a good catch with the right hand of Josh Hartman. And one fluid motion, catching it above the head and immediately tossing it right back to the mound.
Now you see some of the athleticism that his kids have, where it comes from, right? Baden and Blake.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Baden. This one sent to the third baseman. A quick bounce to Riley Bubb. Takes a step, fires across the diamond. Smith there at first to retire Baden Hartman for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Riley Bubb in a bit on the grass in front of the third base bag and able to play that one on a head-high hop and then could kind of double pump on that throw and make sure he got it across the diamond. Quick but accurate.
Takes away the lip and where it may go when it hits that dirt. The elder of the Hartman boys standing in now. As at one point we had a Hartman on deck, a Hartman at the plate, and a Hartman down the third base line. Here comes the first pitch to Blake. Hartman sends that right back up the middle with a 2-out single.
Yeah, good piece of hitting going right back through the box. Kyle West got that glove down, but just couldn't get it down quick enough as that one hit right off of the top part of the mound beside of him and darted into center field.
39th hit of the year for Blake Hartman, who came in a .458 hitter.
Yeah, leading hitter on this team, tied with Jacob Miller in home runs with 3, and second on the team in RBI at 27.
Miller is the batter now as he takes that one low and away, ball 1. Infield normal depth, including Riley Bubb, who now plays a little bit further back than we saw him for the last couple of batters. West nods. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one also low, this time inside. Count 2-0 to Miller.
Miller not too far behind Hartman in that battle for the top batting average, .405. That's 34 hits in 84 at-bats. We mentioned his 3 home runs, and he's the team leader with 31 runs batted in.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. This one again short, bouncing into Aiden Milton, but a good job keeping it in front and holding Blake Hartman at first base. But Kyle West has fallen behind 3-0 to the cleanup hitter Jacob Miller.
West kicking a little dirt around on the front slope of the mound. Didn't seem real comfortable at the end of that pitch the way he came down.
Ready with a 3-0. Here it is. Fastball. There's the old automatic, the fastball right down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, Miller taking all the way, wanted to make sure to see a strike, and now you got to imagine if it's a good pitch, he'll be swinging.
Blake Hartman gets that lead off first base. Haven't seen a throw over yet. Here comes the 3-1. Blake Hartman on move, and Miller sends it the opposite way. That's going to be trouble for Hedgesville. Gets by the right fielder, Caden DeLauder. Rounding third and coming home is Blake Hartman, and Musselman is going to draw first blood. Rounding second, going to third is Jacob Miller, and he is in standing up. It's a 2-out RBI triple, and Musselman leads Hedgesville 1-0.
He has added to that RBI lead, his 32nd run batted in, triple number 4 on the season for Jacob Miller, and by putting Hartman in motion, he was easily able to come around and score from first.
And Matt, have we seen some pretty impressive 2-out baseball over this season?
Yes, saw it definitely earlier in that Martinsburg win against Spring Mills.
The righty Jason Myers in, hoping to help his own cause, swings through the first pitch for strike 1. And Musselman, again, always tries to start quickly. That's been one of their issues this year at the plate, is always having to claw back into games. Here comes the 0-1-2 Myers. That one low in the dirt. Partially blocked by Milton. Did get by him, but not by more than a foot or two. Count even at 1.
Yeah, took a 2-0 lead in the second in the sectional opener on yesterday against Martinsburg. Added 2 more in that top of the 4th before the Dogs tied it at 4, and then Hartman with a 2-run home run. That was Blake, by the way, in the 6th inning, proved to be the difference.
1-1 pitch to Myers. Fouled off at the plate and may have hit Aiden Milton on his way through as he's going to take a stroll around home plate. Given the head nod, he's good to go. Looks like it may have hit that right foot on the way down.
Yeah, noticeably limping as he walked around that batter circle, but says, hey, I'm good to go. Catchers are a tough breed, no doubt about it.
They are built different, that's for sure. West comes set on the mound, ready with the 1-2. Here it is, a swing and a miss. And Jason Myers goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. A bit of a 2-out rally as Blake Hartman sends one up the middle for a single, then a RBI triple for Jacob Miller. We go to the bottom of the 1st. When we come back, Musselman leads Hedgesville 1-0.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com.
Welcome back into Eagle Field, bottom of inning number 1. Hedgesville going to get started at the plate. Musselman played at 1 in the top of the 1st with a 2-out rally. Or should I say some 2-out magic. Didn't quite have to rally as we were tied at 0 to start the game. On the mound for Musselman is Jason Myers, and Matt, some decent numbers coming into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. He's pitched in 11 games as a freshman and made 6 starts ahead of this one. 2 wins, 2 losses. The ERA at 5.19. That's up a little bit, but we've seen him. When he's on, he's on. He's had a few games where he's given up some runs and hits. 29 2/3 innings, 30 runs allowed, 22 earned on 30 hits, 34 strikeouts, and 12 base on balls.
Gets in his last warm-up pitch. Here's the throw down to second. Matt, do we have an update from the other side of the region?
Yeah, we have a final. Washington 7, Hampshire 1. So Hampshire suffers the loss. Washington gets the win, and it's a winner's bracket situation there in the 3-team tournament. So Washington comes out tomorrow and will have to play at the top seed Jefferson.
Always unique how these things play out, isn't it? Because, again, you would just assume that, hey, Hampshire is going to be an elimination game tomorrow. That is not the case. Thomas Butkin, leadoff spot for Hedgesville. Swings this one, gets a piece of it, but held on to by Baden Hartman for strike one. Myers works on the first base side of the rubber, the exact opposite of his counterpart, Kyle West. The 0-1 misses away with the fastball, count even at 1.
Butka, one of 6 seniors in this Hedgesville lineup.
Here comes the 1-1. That one trailing away as well off the plate. Count 2-1 to the leadoff hitter.
2 juniors, 1 sophomore joining those 6 seniors in the starting 9 for Hedgesville.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one lifted foul over top of our broadcast position. Counts even at 2 apiece. Always like the pitching stance for Jason Myers. Usually talk about start tall and fall forward. He kind of crouched over as the 2-2 pitch delivered and fouled off into the netting to our right in front of the bleachers to our right by Thomas Butka. Count stays 2-2.
Yeah, that kind of deep knee bend. Looks like about an 80-year-old man standing out there.
He does. It's not something you see from a high school kid all that often. Here comes the 2-2. A swing and a miss, and Butka goes down on strikes.
Yeah, good pitch, working that outside part of the plate, and he's got some zip on that fastball.
The 35th strikeout of the year for Jason Myers.
Strikeout number 13 on the year for Butka out of that leadoff spot.
That brings up Kyle West, hoping to help his own cause early in this one. Here's the first pitch to West. It is skied to the left side of the infield. Liam Wilson working into the grass now, and he will get underneath it and make the catch for out number 2.
That's a very big out right there for the freshman Myers to be able to get West on just 1 pitch, and he was fooled by that one, was way out in front, had to really reach down for it, and shot it straight up the elevator shaft, and Liam Wilson with a nice job to get underneath of it, stay under it, and make the catch.
Right-handed Caden DeLauder now steps in. First pitch swinging as well. A ground ball to third base. Wilson up with it. Fires across the diamond. And did Kyle Lohr's foot come off the bag? No, it did not. He was able to hold. And Hedgesville goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Second inning, when we come back, Musselman leads Hedgesville 1-0.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
1-0 is the Musselman lead on the road against Hedgesville. As we go to the top of inning number 2, it will be 7-8, or make that 6-7-8 due up for the Appleman. That's Liam Wilson, Trenton Wolf, and Sam Simpson. And Matt, look how the batting average for Sam Simpson has skyrocketed since yesterday. Three hits with a 178 average will do that.
I was going to say, you go 3 for 4, and that average is going up.
First pitch fastball from Kyle West, a called strike 1 at the plate. Wilson watching that one the whole way. West quickly back into his motion. That 0-1 pitch, a fastball, just a bit inside. Count even at 1.
Wilson with a .358 average, 19 hits, 53 at bats. No homers. He's got 6 runs batted in.
Breaking ball, that one stays high for ball 2. Count 2 balls, 1 strike to the starting third baseman.
We had West in that first, throwing about 19 pitches. 12 of those went for strikes. Gave up the run on 2 hits, both with 2 outs.
2-1 pitch sent the other way, and that's going to drop in for a leadoff single. Good piece of hitting for Liam Wilson. That one off the handle, but sent the other way. And he stands on first with nobody down.
Matt, let's check out softball action. These same 2 teams are playing over at Anderson Field. Hedgesville, the host, against Musselman. They're in the bottom of the second, and they are scoreless.
The batter, Trenton Wolf, stands in. West looks over at first, now comes set. Ready with the pitch as Wolf squares around the bunt and fouls one off right at the plate.
Tough pitch to bunt. That one kind of rising up on him, about eye level, chin level as he tried to lay it down.
See if it is the same strategy here as Riley Bubb now a step in on the grass at third base. Liam Wilson gets that lead off first. Nothing major. No bunt attempt here. Instead, a single into left field for Trenton Wolf. Playing in was Riley Bubb, and not sure whether he would have to play on it or not, but the depth he was playing certainly not helping in that situation. 2 runners on. Now nobody out in the top of the second.
Yeah, nice job by Wolf, sending that one right between Bubb and Connor out into left field. 2 are on. And, Matt, this part of the order really did some damage against Martinsburg in that 6-5 win in the opener yesterday.
The batter is Sam Simpson. He went 3 for 4 yesterday. He squares the bunt and pushes it right back to the mound. West up with it. Will fire to third to get the lead runner. Heads up play for the pitcher off the mound.
Yeah, able to get that lead guy, and that's exactly what West wanted. Simpson got the bunt down. Really needed to try to push that one more up the first base line than the third base line. And that was a pretty routine play, if you will, for West to get over there and get the out.
Sam Simpson at first on the fielder's choice. That'll go 1-5. Trenton Wolf did advance to second, so runners at first and second. As the lefty Trevor Bohr stands in, a .383 hitter in that number 9 spot. First pitch swinging, it's a bouncer to the right side. Tyler Smith up with it. He fires to second base. A good dig at second by Braylon Connor. And another fielder's choice out, but advancing to third base is Trenton Wolf, and standing safely at first is Trevor Bohr.
Yeah, that's the out that goes 3-6 as Simpson is erased, as you said, for that second out. But what a heck of a play by Braylon Connor to keep his foot on the bag as the shortstop was reaching towards the infield grass, towards home plate, if you will, to pull in that throw right out of the top of the dirt.
And a heads-up play for Tyler Smith to know that's the play he's got to make. Going away from first base, come up and just throw to second. There's a play there. Kyle Lohr is the batter, the lefty, back to the leadoff spot for Musselman. Takes ball 1.
Hey, it was a 2-out hit in that first inning. In fact, a pair of them that got that first run. So let's see if Musselman has a little more 2-out lightning in it.
West going to try a little first and third deke. No dice. Everybody's staying put.
Rarely do you see the step to third, turn to first move get an out.
Not often. Unless somebody's going on first move and they get caught in a pickle. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Kyle Lohr. It's a called strike one on the outside corner.
Yeah, good fastball on that outer edge of the plate. Remember, Lohr hit it pretty good his first time up. That line out into center field.
It was a good play made by Thomas Butka coming to his left and in on that ball that was dying as it went into center. Here comes the 1-1 off the end of the bat, foul into the netting just to our left. And now Kyle West a pitch away from getting out of this inning unscathed.
How about the freshman Lohr? 5 strikeouts in 78 at-bats on the season. Great hand-eye coordination, puts the bat on the ball.
Should be fun to watch the next few years. West comes set. Ready with the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Upstairs, but going up the ladder is Lohr. Sends it down the left field line and out of play. 3 players in pursuit. Connor from short, Riley Buff from third, and Cam Lady the jogging from left, but I think he realized that there's no reason for me to throw the afterburners on. I ain't getting this baseball. It does go out of play. Count stays 1-2 with 2 down.
A good effort there. Riley Bubb really going hard after it, getting over to that fence and watching it go out of play.
Runners at the corners with 2 down. Standing at first is Trevor Bohr. At third is Trenton Wolf. Here is the 1-2 from Lore. One ball sent right back up the middle, off the glove of Colby Blau, and another two-out run comes in to score for Musselman. Coming in from third is Trenton Wolf, the 23rd RBI for Kyle Lore on the two-out single.
Yeah, great effort by Blau going up the middle. You could see he wasn't going to get to it by standing, so he kind of timed it out and made that dive. It looked like it ticked right off the end of the glove, but plenty to score Wolf and add to this Musselman lead.
Trevor Bourne now at second. So a runner in scoring position remains. The batter's Baden Harbin. He lifts one into center field. Moving back onto this, Thomas Butka stops and will make the play just before the warning track. So another run comes in to score as we go to the bottom of the second. And Musselman leads Hedgesville 2-0. We're back in 60 seconds.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into Eagle Field, 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. The second at-bat for Hedgesville, hoping to counter the consistent start for Musselman. It's been one in each of the first 2 innings and already 5 hits for the Applemen.
Yeah, pounding the baseball early on. You got 4 singles and the big RBI triple from Jacob Miller back in that first inning. But, yeah, the Applemen doing a great job. They're seeing strikes. They're putting the bat on the ball, putting it in play.
To go back to yesterday and combine 7 innings yesterday and then 2 so far now. So over the last 9 innings, 17 hits for the Applemen. They're seeing the baseball well, that is for sure. It went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning, so due up for Hedgesville in the second will be 4, 5, 6. That's Bub, Milton, and Connor.
Still no score in the softball matchup in the winner's bracket of the sectional tournament. Musselman, nothing. Hedgesville, nothing. And Musselman is batting in the top of the third.
Riley Bub steps in, the starting third baseman for Hedgesville. A .365 hitter, that's 31 for 85. Has added 11 walks and 13 strikeouts as well to his stat line. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1.
The 85 at-bats, I'm looking at that as the second most on this team.
1-0, a swing and a foul ball lifted over our heads out of play. Count even at 1. Myers efficient in the first inning, a strikeout, and only had to throw 8 pitches. So this will be pitch number 11 coming off the hand of the righty. Here comes the 1-1. That one again just a bit low for ball 2.
Yeah, 6 of those 8 pitches strikes in that first inning. Retired 2 different batters on just 1 pitch each.
2-1 again, fouled into the screen right behind home plate. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bub.
Yeah, Bub, a junior, starting at third and has been in that middle part of the order, that cleanup spot especially a lot of the year, especially the games that we have broadcast.
Out of the windup, here comes the 2-2 breaking ball. This one lifted once again out of play over top of our heads. Count stays even at 2. Bub steps back in, and both pitchers working quickly on the mound so far. Here comes the 2-2. A ground ball to the right side over to Sam Simpson. He's up with it, fires over to first for the first out of the inning.
Simpson moving to his left, stayed down on it nicely, came up and fired a strike to first.
Brings up Aiden Milton. Milton has, I believe, drawn more walks than anybody else in the Eastern Panhandle this year.
Yeah, 21 walks, 19 hits. So he's actually drawn more base on balls than hits.
First pitch takes strike 1.
Again, I've said it. He is a senior. He is a catcher. Nobody knows the strike zone better than those guys behind the plate.
Myers quickly into his windup. Again, going with the breaking ball. This one missing off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And what do all those walks do? His batting average, 284. Not bad, but his on-base percentage, 457.
Here comes the 1-1. A called strike on the inside third. Popping in and out of the glove of the catcher, Baden Hartman.
There is the key. Get on base. Doesn't matter how. You know, everybody talks about that average, and you want to have a good average. I'm not downplaying that stat. But how can you get on?
1-2, a ground ball to the left side. Up with it is Liam Wilson. Fires across. It's going to have to be a scoop at first, and it is. Good pick for Kyle Lohr to record the second out of the inning.
And he got a favorable bounce there at first base as it hit really kind of in the grass just before getting to the dirt, and it skipped up high enough that he could easily reach out glove side with that right hand and pull it in.
Always a little more sketchy when it's not your field. You handle those a little bit better at home as a first baseman than you do on the road because you're used to it in practice, and half of your games you go, okay, I know how this is going to skip at my home field, but always a little bit more of an adventure when you're on the road. Braylon Connor steps in. First pitch inside, maybe a bit upstairs as well. Count 1-0. Connor, a 189 hitter. That's 10 for 53. 18 walks to his credit, however. 1-0 pitch. Fastball. Right down the middle.
And again, we talked about the on-base percentage for Milton. What's the difference? The batting average for Connor, you said 189, but the on-base 405.
1-1 below the knees for ball 2. As Myers, again, working pretty efficient this inning. And this still under 15 pitches for the inning. This ball sent back up the middle. Moving to his left is Trenton Wolf. Fires across the diamond and bobbling it at first base as Lohr can't pick this one. He's had a good day at first so far, saving a couple of throws that were not right on the money, but this time cannot see it all the way in as he bobbled it in and out of the glove a couple of times, and that one's going to go down as a E6 in the scorebook.
Yep, a 2-out error, and you hope that one doesn't come back to hurt.
Brings up Colby Blau. Blau, a 300 hitter, but 13 strikeouts and just 4 walks on the season. So he's going to go to the plate with a purpose. It's the first pitch he sees. He takes low for ball 1.
And the first base runner, let's see how Myers responds to that.
Relatively short lead at first for Braylon Connor. It's a soft toss back over to first, and standing is Connor. Infield normal depth, as is the outfield. Nobody's shading one way or another. Blau sends one the other way. Lohr gets it, but is in foul territory. So coming back to first base is Braylon Connor. And from our vantage point, I thought that may have skipped in fair territory, and then Lohr grabbed it in foul territory. But apparently that one hitting just in foul territory before it skipped into the glove of Kyle Lohr at first.
But either way, that ball was skipping across and into foul territory before it got to that first base bag. So he fielded it right there before it got to that bag. So even if it skipped in that fair territory going outside of the first base bag before it ever got there, that would be a foul ball.
1-1 pitch. Misses for ball 2. Now here comes the 2-1. Breaking ball. Just high as it crossed the plate. Now the count 3-1.
Myers 12 walks in 29 2/3 innings coming in, and laboring just a little bit after the 2-out error gave Hedgesville a base runner.
Here comes the 3-1, and more of a defensive swing for Colby Blau as that one well inside, but took a hack at it. And apparently didn't get a piece of it. I thought it may have nicked off the bat, but it did not. So getting past the catcher, Baden Hartman, that will allow Braylon Connor to move to second base.
Yeah, pass ball advances the runner, but the count full. So Myers needs to go after the hitter.
The payoff pitch on the 3-2, ball 4 outside.
Well, about the same difference, right? He would have gone to second on the base on ball, so the pass ball really doesn't hurt in this situation. But a little 2-out lightning now possible for Hedgesville. You look at the 2 runs on the board for Musselman, and they have both scored with 2 outs, one in the first and one in the second.
The batter is Tyler Smith. First pitch is a breaking ball. That one just off the plate for ball 1.
Yeah, Myers laboring to get that outside corner. Keeps working away from those right-hand hitters, but just can't quite hit that corner.
Smith, a 211 hitter, as he takes a fastball inside for ball 2. And what was another efficient inning, it looked like, for Jason Myers. That pitch count now steadily rising, as we would have this as pitch number 20 to 21 coming up. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball trailing away, 3-0. And now Jason Myers one pitch away from loading the bases. And all this coming with 2 outs. An E6, a walk, and now one pitch away from another walk. See if Myers can battle back. Ball 4.
Yeah, not even close. Again, missing that one outside. And so Myers battling himself just a little bit after that 2-out error. The bases loaded, and a big opportunity for Hedgesville. Nobody rallies the troops like the Eagles.
Number 9, batter in the order, Cam Lady, stands near the back of that batter's box. First pitch, that one a much-needed strike for Jason Myers.
And Cam Lady taking all the way after the prior 2 batters had walked. You want to make sure you see that first strike before you get the bat off your shoulder.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch, low and away. Good backhanded stop for Baden Hartman to keep it in front if it gets by him. It's a 1-run ball game as Braylon Connor would come in to score from third. Count even at 1. Myers back to the windup with the bases loaded. The 1-1 pitch high inside. Backing out of the way is Cam Lady. Count now 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, and Myers really inconsistent with that delivery point. He's been all over. We talked about him missing outside. He's been missing up and in here as well.
Here comes the 2-1 fastball. A ground ball to the left side. Moving over is Trenton Wolf. One play is going to be at second, the only one he can make, and he does just that. So Jason Myers gets out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs and no runs come across for Hedgesville in the bottom of the second. The third inning, when we return, it's Musselman leading Hedgesville 2-0.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Welcome back into Eagle Field. 2-0 is the lead for Musselman through 2 innings as we go to inning number 3. And with your play-by-play, Matt Miller.
Thank you very much, Matt Crawford. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Avery Newport is our producer here on site. That was Avery Newport. Kind of combined that into one full name there. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. Blake Hartman swings at the first pitch, sends this one deep down the left field line, and this one is a foul ball. Home run distance, but foul by several feet.
Put a charge into that one just a hair early.
Had a big single with 2 outs in that first inning. A single straight up the middle into center field. Bounced that one off the top of the mound just to the left side of the pitcher, Kyle West. Eventually came around to score on the RBI triple to right center from Jacob Miller. So Hartman hitting the baseball hard in his first 2 at-bats. Nothing to show for it, and now he's going to step out as West really taking his time before the next delivery, and that's going to send Aiden Milton, the catcher, out for a quick conference.
People have 2 names.
I know.
To combine them for him.
Just trying to talk fast, I guess. Shout out to our listener in Hagerstown. Got a text sitting at the Hagerstown Mall tuning in. Bringing it to you wherever you may be. Quick conference on the mound concludes. Hartman steps back in, right-hand batter. Feet about shoulder width apart. Knee bend about middle of that box as he looks at this one down low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. West through the first 2, 33 pitches unofficially, 23 of those for strikes, giving up the 2 runs on 5 hits. Musselman putting the bat on the ball. That's the name of the game, as you mentioned. Put that together with yesterday, and they've got 17 hits so far in the sectional tournament. 1-1 pitch, just a bit high and away. 2 balls and a strike. Equal opportunity umpiring right now, as both sides have been fussing at Buck Hoffmaster on those balls and strikes.
And both sides thinking that strike zone's a little tight. All you can ask for is consistency from the home plate umpire.
And that's exactly what we've gotten. This 2-1 pitch is high and away, now at 3 balls and a strike. See if Hartman gets the green light or if he even gets a pitch to hit. Will West try to get him to chase? Here's that 3-1 delivery. A fly ball into right field. DeLauder stopping in his tracks, measuring that one, moving to his left and making the catch for out number 1.
Sound that made off the bat and the elevation it had off the bat, I thought that one was going to go a little bit further than it did. No wind tonight, so no wind helping that or hurting that. So that's apparently all she wrote.
I think it came a little more off the end of the bat. Just missed that sweet spot, as they call it. So Jacob Miller stands in, nobody on, 1 down. The right-hand hitter takes one that bounces in the dirt in front of the plate for ball 1. Miller with his 4th triple of the year, his 32nd run batted in back in that first inning. A 2-0 lead for the Musselman Applemen. West is ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew that one right by him.
Yeah, Miller's front foot coming out a little bit on that swing as well.
Miller's 35th hit of the year against 85 at-bats with that triple in the first. Fouls this one back out of play. First base side, counted a ball and 2 strikes. His on-base percentage up around .451. Pretty good power numbers, with 11 extra base hits on the year, including 3 home runs. The 1-2, outside for ball 2. Both of these pitchers up there a little bit in pitch counts. You look at what Jason Myers did. 8 pitches in that first inning, 28 in the second inning. West is ready. Pitch in the dirt out in front of the plate. Swing and a miss. It bounces away from the catcher. Sliding up against the wall along the first base side of the backstop. Throwing from his seat was Aiden Milton, and the throw to first not in time.
Throwing from the side of his thigh, leaning against the brick backstop. Heck of an effort, just not enough time. Is quite a lot of speed coming out of the batter's box with Jacob Miller.
So it goes down as a strikeout, second of the game for West, but then he reaches on the 3rd strike wild pitch. So that one actually was bouncing out in front of the plate. So Miller is aboard for a second time, brings up Jason Myers. A throw over, and back in on the dive goes Miller.
If that one gets to first a little bit quicker, they had Miller leaning. That first move, he was beginning his secondary lead. But West stepping completely off the mound and more of a hop throw, jump throw than anything.
Miller with good speed. Will he go or not? Time taken by the batter at the plate. I think Miller's going on this pitch.
Is that your bold prediction of the day?
I'm just watching his body language from our angle and the way that he is leaning. I think he might be going, and I think West is thinking the same thing as he makes another throw over. Myers at the plate, a strikeout victim at a 1-2 pitch back in that first inning.
Certainly a big lead for his size at first base. He's got about 2 body lengths.
Up he stays as the pitch misses down low. 1 ball, no strikes, and now to Myers.
But I think he's done his job partially at first base right now. He is definitely in the head of Kyle West.
Yeah, he's got his attention. Smith at first holding the runner on. Again, a throw over and back in on the dive goes Myers. A lot of times you see a courtesy runner in these situations, right? I said Myers. That's Miller at first. Myers is the batter. Courtesy runners for catchers and pitchers.
Not quite left fielders.
Nah, usually not. That's a pinch running.
You keep his speed on the base pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Pitch down low in the dirt. It bounces away from Aiden Milton off the third base side of the home plate circle. That is ball 2, and another wild pitch, and it advances Miller to second.
And we'll bring a visit to the mound as Eric Grove will stroll to the pitcher's mound, have a conversation with his starter. And while you don't want to give an easy run to second base and put a runner in scoring position, at least now if you're Kyle West, you focus on the batter. Because you could tell that there was some focus on first base.
Does his stroll to first remind you in any way of John Lowry Sr.?
Yeah, stroll to the mound, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, stroll to the mound, not to first. But,
no,
Eric Grove just
a little more brisk of a pace than Lowry at this point in life. But, yeah, there's nothing quick. There's nothing
No.
There's nothing urgent about his stroll to the mound.
It's very deliberate, you might call it.
Yes.
Hey, Hedgesville scoring a couple of runs in the girls' softball sectional. Musselman now batting top half of inning number 4, and it's Hedgesville 2 and Musselman nothing. It's Musselman 2, Hedgesville nothing here. Conference on the mound concludes. 2-0 pitch on the way to the batter. A swing and a miss.
And West took a little bit off that one. Not sure if that was a different type of fastball, but you could tell not the same zip, more of just a location fastball, not necessarily looking for speed or a little bit higher velo.
Here's the pitch. A number off the end of the bat, rolling slowly up the first base side. Sliding as he went to pick it up was West, and from the seat of his pants in the grass, he throws to first and not quite in time as Myers is able to reach first base. Miller goes from second to third, and we will now have the aforementioned courtesy runner that will take over.
That's Brandon Berry.
So Brandon Berry takes over at first. Myers will get in and get a little bit of a rest. That'll be an infield single. As good as a swinging bunt. Can't fault West. His feet just went out from underneath of him as he was bending down to pick that one up. Ended up on the seat of his pants, did grab it and throw to first. It was a bang-bang play, too. Pitch to the plate, a belt-high fastball, strike one. So Liam Wilson with a golden opportunity with one down and runners at the corners. Top half of inning number 3, Musselman plating a run in each of their first 2 at-bats. Runner on the move towards second. Pitch to the plate is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Milton came up looking at the runner at third, but allowing Berry to steal second. Liam Wilson had a single the other way his first time up. His 20th hit on the season in 54 at-bats. Down in the count here, going to have to protect. Off-speed pitch, cued off the end of the bat, foul up the first base side. Over towards the on-deck circle.
And Wilson leading what is turning into this postseason is a very productive bottom part of the order.
0-2 pitch due. A little bit of a breeze coming into the press box here. Feels pretty good.
I'm not complaining. Usually the breeze coming from behind the press box, so we get none of it.
0-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss. Wilson looked like he had stuck the hand back. Yeah, he wanted time and didn't get it.
Yeah, Buck Hoffmaster saying that West had started his motion already, so did not get the time. And a lot of times you'll see umpires give that batter that time call. We've seen some very close times given, but no dice there, and you could tell that screwed up between the ears of Liam Wilson.
Second strikeout of the inning, third of the game for West, and now Trenton Wolf stands in. Runners at second and third with 2 away, and Wolf pops it up on the right side of the infield, now out into shallow right field. Coming in on it, DeLauder and the right fielder able to make the play. He called off Blau as the second baseman was going out, and that pop-out brings the inning to a close. Musselman does threaten, but will leave a pair of runners stranded and both in scoring position. Moving to the bottom of the third when we come back to Eagle Field with Musselman leading Hedgesville 2-0.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Tripp's at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
We move to the bottom half of inning number 3. Still a 2-0 lead for Musselman over Hedgesville. The Eagles the 1 seed in this sectional tournament. The Applemen the 3 seed. Both teams getting wins in tournament opening play yesterday. Hedgesville beat Spring Mills 11-1. Musselman held off Martinsburg by a 6-5 final. We're back to the top of the order. Thomas Budka out of the leadoff spot to start this Hedgesville third. No runs, no hits, a couple of walks, a strikeouts through the first 2 innings for the freshman, Jason Myers. Myers ready to go, but Hoffmaster not quite.
I think there was a ball that came into the field.
Either that or
something into the field.
I think it was Nicky Brown still getting into position in that third base coach's box. He was a little late making his way out there. First pitch fouled back out of play.
Unacceptable.
Strike one. Every coach knows. When I say you need to be there on time, that means 10 minutes early. Off-speed pitch, popped foul, back over the press box. Count to Budka, no balls, 2 strikes. Thomas Budka, a strikeout victim on a 2-2 pitch back in the first inning. 13th strikeout of the year and 84 at-bats. Gets fisted on this one, pops it up. Just in behind the mound, a little off the first base side. The catch made by the pitcher, Jason Myers. Just like that, 3 pitches, 1 down. That one right in on the hands of Budka. Absolutely nothing he could do with that one. Tried to fight it off and ends up being a pop-out, and it brings up Kyle West.
West skied one in his first at-bat. If he can straighten that one up, that's in a gap somewhere, but he sent that one about a mile high in his first at-bat to the left side of the infield.
Takes an off-speed pitch here on the outside edge. That is a strike. Left-hand batter taking this one down in the dirt. That one inside as well. Lifted his front foot out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hedgesville trying to get something going. An error and a couple of walks with 2 outs in the last at-bat. Got him base runners, but could not get him a run. Here's a swing and a line drive, well hit into the gap in left center field, up over the head of Jacob Miller. The left fielder tracks it down at the fence, getting it in, holding West to a stand-up double.
Good piece of hitting for Kyle West, inside out, driving that one deep into left field. Miller didn't get the greatest jump on it, went more left to right than he did front to back. Ended up having to chase that one to the wall, but a very well-hit baseball. There's no way, no matter which direction Miller goes out there, he would have had a rocket up his butt to get that one.
A rocket where? No, never mind. I'm not going there. 8th double of the season for Kyle West. Put that together with his home runs and his triples, and he's got 21 extra base hits now. Puts himself in scoring position for Caden DeLauder, who takes strike 1 on the inside corner. DeLauder is 0 for 1. Had a bounce out to the third baseman his first time up. Lifts this one in the air high, pretty deep into center field. Blake Hartman ranging back on it. The center fielder has got it and will fire into the cutoff, hitting Trenton Wolf and holding West at second base. Boy, off the bat, I thought that may have a little more carry to it, but then again, you got pretty good wheels out there from Blake Hartman to run it down.
And there's your center field philosophy.
Yeah.
Can move more left to right and start, and while he's a little further in, not as much ground to cover out there in straightaway center. As we will now have a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Kyle West, at second base. Second base. Second base. It's Luke Kisner. Well, we're having fun with words tonight, aren't we?
We are. Can you tell we've been up a while or something?
Game 2 of the day.
Swinging away the first pitch, Riley Bubb sends one deep into left field, ranging back on it, watching. That one is out of the ballpark, but a foul ball just outside of that foul pole.
We've seen one from each side now. Yep. Very similar to what we saw from Blake Hartman. Both of them, if you straighten up just a bit, those had plenty of distance.
Now, had that one been lower and hit the foul pole, that would have been a home run on that foul pole because of where it's positioned. Foul pole down the right field line is the one that was in question before the game got underway. If you missed that conversation, we'll tell you more later. 0-1 on the way, fouled straight back. Count no balls, 2 strikes now to Riley Bubb. Bubb 0 for 1. Had a ground out to the second baseman in the second inning. The 0-2 is due to Bubb. 2 outs with a runner at second base. 2-0 Musselman. Myers ready, and the pitch had the plate below the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aiden Milton would be due next. Myers trying to get out of it without any damage after the 1-out double. Swing and a sharp hit ball, a fair ball inside the bag at third, and that should get a run home. Kisner being waved around. He'll score without a throw. Cut off, and the throw to second, not in time, sliding in safely there. Riley Bubb has himself an RBI double.
just hugging that third base line all the way, and we'll see if that gets some momentum down that dugout on the first base line. It's awful quiet up to this point, and now some energy coming out of the dugout.
2-1, that Musselman lead cut in half for Bub. That is his 10th double of the year. RBI 34 on the season. Tying run in scoring position for Aiden Milton, and he takes high, ball one. Milton is 0 for 1. He bounced out to the third baseman. That was in the second inning. Batting now in this bottom half of the third. Here's a pitch down low. 2 balls, no strikes. And again, Matt, a 2-out base hit that brings home a run.
Nobody wants to score with no or 1 outs anymore.
No pitcher can seem to get out of those situations without giving up something. Foul ball at the plate as Milton swings at the 2-0, now 2 balls and a strike.
Going off what looked like the helmet of Baden Hartman. As Buck Hoffmaster steps around and fires the baseball back to the mound. Hartman seems to be all right. He wasn't shaken up at all. He's ready to go.
Simpson, the second baseman, over near the bag, trying to keep Bub close there. Pitch to the plate, grounded in the hole between third and short. Milton has himself a base hit, making the turn at third, and then staying there is Riley Bub. It'll be runners at the corners.
Smart decision to hold him at third base, as that ball was gotten to quickly in left field by Jacob Miller, and he was only about 8 steps out of the infield grass, so you would imagine that would have been a pretty easy play to make at the plate.
So a couple of 2-out base hits, the RBI double from Bub, and now the single from Milton, and Braylon Connor will stand in. We also have a runner taking over at first base. That is Gage Gano serving as the courtesy runner. First pitch to Connor in there for a strike. So Gage Gano, the courtesy runner for the catcher, now at first. We had a courtesy runner, Luke Kisner, earlier scoring. Swinging a pop-up into shallow left center field, backing up on it Trenton Wolf, and the shortstop able to corral that one on an 0-1 pitch. Braylon Connor pops out to short. The inning is over, but some clutch 2-out hitting, including an RBI double from Riley Bub, getting Hedgesville on the board after 3. Your score, Musselman 2, Hedgesville 1.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Checking in on that Hedgesville Musselman softball game, and it is Hedgesville 2 and Musselman 1. So the Lady Applemen answering Hedgesville's 2 runs with a run in the top half of that 4th inning. Hedgesville now batting bottom of the 4th, and again the Lady Eagles a 2-1 edge in that one. By the way, it's a 2-1 edge here for Musselman in the baseball game. Sam Simpson out of the number 8 spot in the order. The right-hand hitter takes strike 1, top of the 4th underway. Trevor Bohr would be due next, then back to the top of the order, and Kyle Lohr. West ready, and the pitch. Took a little something off. Sounded like Simpson got a piece of it, hung on to by Milton for strike 2. Storyline through 3 innings. We'll give it to you after this. 0-2 delivery. Here it comes. Fouled back out of play. Count holds 0-2. How about 2 runs on 6 hits with an error, 5 left, 4 in scoring position for Musselman. A run on 3 hits with no errors, 5 left, 3 in scoring position for Hedgesville. A run in each of the first 2 at-bats for Musselman, 1 in the 3rd for Hedgesville. Fastball sails high here, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Simpson wanted to go after it. Pretty big lunge with that front foot. Was able to hold the hands back, but you could tell he wanted to take a cut at that.
Now that 1-2 pitch, he sends this one in the air into center field, but right at Thomas Budka, backpedals just a little bit, and then makes that grab, one down. Simpson retired for a second time in this one, bounced into a 1-5 fielder's choice his first time up, so he's 0 for 2. Now Trevor Bohr, the sophomore right fielder, stepping into the left-hand batter's box. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, 2 juniors. So 6 guys that should be back for this Musselman team next season. A team that right now is at 11-14. A swing and a miss for Bohr at strike 1. Bohr bounced into the 3-6 fielder's choice back in that second inning. Takes on the 0-1, misses inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Getting the game that you would like to see, right? You expect this is a winner's bracket matchup. 2-1 Musselman. Pitch to the plate, a bouncer right back to the pitcher off that front slope of the mound and actually out in the grass in front of the mound. It's fielded by West. His throw to first, and Bohr is retired.
And West not taking anything off that throw to first. After what happened last time, slipping in the grass right next to the foul line, he was making sure that ball got there.
Well, probably a good decision because sometimes you see that pitcher try to, okay, I just want to make sure I get it there, and that's when you throw it away.
Yeah.
2 outs, nobody on. Back to the top of the order. Third at bat for Kyle Lohr. Left-hand batter takes in the dirt, bounces to the backstop for ball 1. That one not even close. Lohr is 1 for 2. A line out to center. Hit it hard in that first inning, but a nice play by Budka. And then had an RBI single into right center field his last time up in the second. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a line drive again into center field, and right there to make the play, Thomas Budka. Side retired in order in the 4th inning for Musselman. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back. It is Musselman 2 and Hedgesville 1.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Going to the bottom half of inning number 4 here at Eagle Field. We have a scoring correction from softball earlier today. We're finding out it was a 25-6 win for Spring Mills over Martinsburg instead of 26.
Well, that's a whole new ball game.
It is. I'd say mercy, but I'm not sure that's still quite mercy, but yeah, so Spring Mills advances, and they are waiting to see who drops the game tonight between Musselman and Hedgesville. Last check we had in that one, Hedgesville with a 2-1 lead, and it stays that way. 2-1 Hedgesville as Musselman is batting now in the top of the 5th inning. Here it is 2-1 with Musselman out in front. Hedgesville with a run in their last at bat, seeing if they can carry some momentum as Blau swings at the first pitch, grounds it on the right side of the infield, past the diving Lohr at first. It's grabbed by the second baseman. Nice play by Simpson to get it to the pitcher covering, but Myers couldn't get there in time, and Colby Blau is aboard at first.
Yeah, it was going to be a bang-bang play, but I'm not sure Myers ever stepped on first base. He was trying to make sure he timed it perfectly to get that right foot on the bag and push out, but based on where his foot landed, I thought you could see dirt in between his foot and the bag, so I'm not sure even if he got there half a step earlier, it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think he ever touched the bag.
Good hustle down the line for Colby Blau, and now it brings to the plate Tyler Smith. Smith did not offer a bunt at that. Stuck the bat out there, kind of leaned, but apparently pulled it back at the last moment. They're asking for an appeal to the base umpire, and at first, Axolifer says no. So that is ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. I think Smith may have gotten away with one there. He squares, pushes that bunt out right in front of the plate. It's going to be fielded by the catcher, and that throw to first a little bit low. A nice dig by Lohr, and Baden Hartman able to get the out at first. Catcher to first baseman, and it moves Blau up to second. Oh, they're going to call it a dead ball. So they'll say that the reason it circled around right there in the dirt in front of the plate is that it actually hit Smith while still in the batter's box. So it's a foul ball. Count goes to 1-1, and let's see if he again tries to lay that bunt down. So Blau moves back to first base. He will be held there by Lohr.
Liam Wilson's certainly hoping it's a bunt because he's playing about 70 feet in.
Toss over to first base. Blau goes back in on the dive. Smith about middle of that box. Crowds the plate just a little bit. Square shows bunt, pops it up over top of the press box and back out of play. Count now at a ball and 2 strikes. You imagine that the bunt is off now.
Yeah, 2 strikes. I see we'll go down and have a chat down the third base line.
Yeah, Nicky Brown down out of the third base coach's box. Trying to settle things down for Smith. I'm sure he's frustrated. Didn't get that bunt down on either of those first 2 pitches. Now you just want him to stay focused in there, try to put it in play, unless you keep the bunt on. I mean, it's a rare occasion, but occasionally you'll see that where you're asking your guy, get it down. Of course, a bunt foul with 2 strikes, that third strike becomes a strikeout. And he's not going to offer a bunt and takes one that bounces in front of the plate.
The lost art of high school baseball, being able to lay a bunt down.
That's the lost art of baseball at a lot of levels.
Well, it used to be a staple, and you couldn't take swings in batting practice before you got 2 quality bunts down.
2-2 pitch, hit softly out into right field. Coming in on it, Boer. He's got it, going to throw at first, and almost got him there. It was a bang-bang play as Boer came in, fielded it on a bounce, fired to Lohr, and just getting there is Tyler Smith. That will be a base hit and put runners at first and second. And again, looks like we're going to have another runner coming in. Colin Weaver, we understand, is now running at first.
And I'm sure Tyler Smith is very thankful he beat that out by a half step. That's never a fun one going back to the dugout if you happen to be thrown out from right field.
Very close. Give Boer a lot of credit the way he came in on that one and made it a close play at first.
Good at bat for Smith, too.
Cam Lady going to square. He's going to bunt it right back out towards the pitcher. Myers bobbles it, picks it up, and has no play. That'll be an error, and the bases are loaded.
Myers picking his head up, trying to figure out where he was going with the baseball before he watched it into his glove. You could see the shoulder start to lift before that ball ever got into the pocket. And now Hedgesville, a golden opportunity, bases juiced, and nobody down here in the 4th.
That'll still go down as a sacrifice. But then he reaches on the error to the pitcher. The bases are loaded. We're back to the top of the order. Thomas Butka with a chance to do some damage. And right now Musselman clinging to a 2-1 advantage.
First pitch low and away for ball 1.
Butka 0 for 2, a strikeout swinging and a pop out to first.
And this is where you want up in the order right now with the bases loaded and nobody down.
Pitch a strike as the count goes 1-1 to Butka. Corner infielders playing in, middle infielders playing back. Nobody out in this bottom of the 4th. Here's a pitch, bounces out in front of the plate. Baden Hartman able to knock it down. I think he may have used his face mask to do that.
Way to use your face, kid. Block by all means. It's life of a catcher.
Count at 2-1. Butka in the right-hand box. Here's the pitch. Bouncer foul right at the plate, and it's 2-2. An infield hit, a single into right, a sacrifice bunt and an error, and the bases are loaded. 2-2 the count, nobody out, bottom of the 4th inning. Musselman with a 2-1 edge. Kyle West to do next. 2-2, fastball inside ball 3.
And nowhere to put him. Ball 4 is an RBI and a tie ball game.
Let's see how the young man handles this one. A freshman on the hill in a pressure situation. 3-2 delivery. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Butka goes down looking. Out number 1.
Goes down on strikes for the second time today, and the second strikeout for Jason Myers. He and Budka having some battles today, but so far it's gone to Myers in that battle.
Nice pitch, and he needed it there, and now Kyle West to the plate. He had a double the other way his last time up, swings and rips this one foul down the first base line.
Heads up.
That one bouncing off the fencing over in front of the Hedgesville dugout and then caroming down the right field line.
I'm going 180 down the line off the ricochet.
Yeah, it's Coach Snyder going out to get that one. First base coach making his way back towards the box as the pitch to the plate. Off-speed line back up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. A run will score as Blau crosses from third. Center fielder Hartman on it quickly, firing into the pitcher at the mound on the cutoff. Just one run will score, but the bases remain loaded in a now tie game 2-2.
I don't think West could have hit that baseball any harder back up the middle. That was an absolute rocket. Myers' glove was in a position where it looked like he had a play, but I'm not sure that was necessarily reaction and not just kind of where his glove was after the follow-through. That was a rocket right back up the middle.
West picking up RBI number 41 on the season, scoring Blau from third. Bases remain loaded. And the first pitch to Caden DeLauder, low and in, ball one. DeLauder 0 for 2, a bounce out to third, a fly out to center. How about West now 2 for 3, a double and a single in his last two at bats. Swing and a miss at the 1-0, now 1-1 to DeLauder. You now have Colin Weaver as the pinch runner at third, Cam Lady at second. West running for himself right now over at first. 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
And we saw that until there was 2 outs the last time he reached, and then Luke Kisner came in to be his courtesy runner.
Again, middle infielders back, corner infielders in. Pitch taken for a strike. Count 2-2. DeLauder kind of turns the head and walks away, thinking that pitch had missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming for Myers. Here it comes. Down low and in. Count's gone full again.
Second full count of the inning. As was a 3-2 pitch to Budka on the strikeout.
Yeah, and both with the bases loaded. He got the strikeout the last time. What happens here? Myers is ready. Payoff pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball towards the third baseman. He's got it. He'll step on third, and now will throw across the diamond, but not in time. That fielder's choice ground ball is going to bring home the go-ahead run. Weaver scores from third. 2 are in the inning, and Hedgesville has their first lead now at 3-2.
And that was a case where Wilson came up, and it looked like plenty of time to make a throw to home. I'm not sure whether he had trouble gripping the baseball or just second-guessed himself, as we now see Luke Kisner go to second base to be the courtesy runner for Kyle West, but decided to, hey, I got to get an out here somewhere, so took it himself to third, but certainly looked like he had enough time to go home. I'm guessing must have been an issue gripping the baseball.
RBI number 23 on the season for Caden DeLauder as he reaches on the 5 unassisted fielder's choice. Again, wiped out Lady at third, but you now have Kisner at second, DeLauder at first, and Riley Bubb, the batter, swinging at the first pitch, lifts a towering pop-up foul territory out of play down the third base line. Counted 0-1, and not sure who or what that ball may have hit. Just heard the reaction from the crowd.
Guessing hit something it shouldn't have.
Yeah, hard to see from our angle. That was down far enough. It wasn't John Alderton, our cameraman, was it? No, it wasn't. But not sure who or what it hit. 0-1 is the count to Bubb. Here comes the pitch off speed again. Hit very high in the air. This one into center field. Coming in on it is Hartman, still coming in, and eventually gets there to make the grab. The side is retired.
I think the wind may have got that one. If you look at the flag in the outfield of the Little League field, it's starting to blow in, so I think the wind pushing that one back just a bit.
7 batters come to the plate, and a couple of runs come across for the Hedgesville Eagles. We will head to inning number 5 when we come back, and now Hedgesville with a 3.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
Thank you to our cameraman, John Alderton, filling us in from his angle out where our manned camera is. He said that foul ball, as it went up, came straight down and hit a girl on top of the head. Not sure how old the young lady might be, but certainly thoughts and prayers that she is okay. That is a hard thing when a baseball comes down. That hurts.
Yep. There's no good place for a baseball to hit you that doesn't hurt, but the top of the head's definitely one of those ones you want to stay away from.
So Baden Hartman out of the number 2 spot in the Musselman order, standing in to get this top of the 5th inning underway. And the first pitch to him in there for a strike. Matt, through 4 innings, we've got West throwing about 62 pitches, 42 for strikes, giving up the 2 runs on 6 hits. Swinging away, here's one hit pretty deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it is a fair ball. Takes one bounce up against the fence, and Baden Hartman will motor into second with a leadoff stand-up double.
Well, I was just about to say it went 1, 2, 3 in the 4th inning. Let's see if Kyle West has settled in a bit, and a leadoff double isn't quite settling in.
No, 7th double of the season for Baden Hartman, and let's see if the sophomore gives way to a courtesy runner, and he will.
That is a number 12 going out.
Kobe Hazlett?
Yep.
Does he have enough hair? Yep, now I see it. Remember Hazlett in center field yesterday? You always could tell where he was. So Hazlett takes his spot in scoring position. Serving as the courtesy runner, and now Blake Hartman at the plate.
Saw Hartman put a charge into one foul, but at home run distance, see if he can square one up.
West to the plate, and the fastball high and tight, ball 1. Hartman with a single to center back in the first. Came around to score the game's first run. Last time up, a flyout into right field. West taking his time, has the sign from Milton. Shortstop ducks behind the runner, now back into position as the pitch finds that inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Good movement on that pitch.
Good movement and a good frame at the end for Aiden Milton. That one, I think, inside corner, borderline strike zone pitch, but rolling the wrist right at the end.
Count now at 1-1. Hazlett is lead out at second. Pitch to the plate, up and in. That hit him in the shoulder. Hartman taking that one off that front left shoulder, hit by the pitch. He is at first, 2 on with nobody out in this top of the 5th. A very dangerous Jacob Miller to the plate. Had an RBI triple into right center field his first time up. Reached on a 3rd strike wild pitch his last time up in the 3rd. Well, Musselman trying to answer after giving up a couple of runs in that bottom half of the 4th inning. West taking his time, now ready, and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the shortstop. Connor has it go through him and out into shallow left center field, making his turn. Hazlett going to come home and score. He will slide. No need to, as there was never even a throw. Hartman will go around to 3rd. Jacob Miller is aboard at 1st, and that'll be an error to allow the run to score.
And it is an E6, but I think that one partially was Kobe Hazlett blocking, seeing where that baseball was coming to Braylon Connor. A little bit of a delayed reaction going down to get that baseball, and he was trying to look around the runner going from 2nd to 3rd.
We're tied at 3. And you've got Hartman just 90 feet away with a go-ahead run. Again, nobody out. Top half of inning number 5.
And, Matt, this is Dylan Stevens at the plate.
Aha.
Which was the brief pause we had, number 11 at the plate. So Jason Myers not hitting.
So Dylan Stevens up in that number 5 spot in the order. See what he can do as the right-hand batter takes a pitch down low and outside. That is ball 1. Got the numbers over here. Let's see what he has done so far on the season. Stevens, 8 hits in 44 at-bats. That's a 182 average. Does have a couple of doubles. No homers.
There it is. There's the first and third pickle.
Yep, and they throw over to third and did not get him. Wow, Hartman just got back in. Over at first, Miller took off towards second as West stepped to third and then turned. He looked towards the runner going to second and then spun back quickly and threw to third, and it was a close play, but Hartman got the hand back in.
We talked about that. Rarely ever works, in 2 opportunities there to get an out, and neither one retired.
2 in scoring position. Stevens awaits, and the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, now 1-1. Finishing those numbers on Stevens, 7 walks, but also 17 strikeouts. Right-hand hitter just wanting to put it in play somewhere. Takes on the inside corner. Now with 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Stevens looked like he was sliding up in the box as that pitch coming in.
West looking for the first out of the inning still. Here comes the pitch. A swing and a miss, and he got it. That is strikeout number 4 for Kyle West. 1 down. 2 still in scoring position at second and third for Liam Wilson. Now if you're Wilson, you just, again, want to make contact. Get it out of the infield. Bring in that run. Here's the pitch. Missing outside for ball 1. Right now, Hedgesville willing to give up a run up the middle as the 2 middle infielders are back. Corner infielders are in. Wilson had a single to right his first time up. Struck out swinging his last time up. Takes this pitch. That's down low. 2 balls. No strikes.
And, Matt, as we get into the game a little bit more, a little bit of a Hedgesville Major League Baseball connection tonight. We'll get into that here as this at-bat goes on.
Here comes that 2-0 down low and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. I know the connection.
Randy Dobnak getting the start for the Minnesota Twins tonight at Camden Yards in Baltimore.
Nice. I know they had been using him out of the bullpen through much of the early part of this season. 3-0 on the way. That one well outside. That's ball 4. It seemed almost like an intentional walk, if you will. Certainly with that last pitch. The count 3-0. Yep. West wasting that one outside. Wilson takes first. The bases are loaded, but now you got a chance for an out at any base.
And an opportunity to turn 2 up the middle. The corner's playing for the cutoff at the plate, while the middle infield is playing double play depth. So it gives you a couple of options here.
Trenton Wolf pretty quick, though.
Yeah.
To try to turn that double play. He is the batter. And the first pitch to him, letter high, right down the middle for a called strike 1.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a sharply hit ball somewhere to turn 2.
Again, the middle infielder's back looking for the double play. Smith at first, Bub at third, in right at the edge of the grass. Here's the pitch. Outside corner taken for a called strike 2. West out in front, 0-2.
Again, a very impressive frame for Aiden Milton. There's nothing gradual about that wrist turn. He gets an immediate twist of that left wrist.
Here's the pitch, and West grounds it towards the shortstop. Not sure they'll get 2. There's the throw to second, and that is it. Won't even be a throw to first as Colby Blau hangs on to that one. Braylon Connor with a nice play to get the force out of Liam Wilson for the second out of the inning. Blake Hartman comes home to score on that ground ball. Jacob Miller now stands at third as you have runners at the corners with 2 away, and that fielder's choice is RBI number 5 for Trenton Wolf. Musselman regains the lead now 4-3. The out goes 6-4. Still an opportunity for more if Sam Simpson can come through. Up for a third time in this one. He takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Simpson bounced into a 1-5 fielder's choice in the second. A fly out to center in the 4th. The runners with their leads. West does the step to third. Look to first move. Almost worked earlier in this half inning. Try it again, right?
It did work for the result they wanted. The execution wasn't there.
The runners again with their leads. Here comes that 0-1 pitch. Simpson swings, sends this one on the backhand side of the shortstop. A diving stop by Braylon Connor to keep it from getting into the outfield, but now he has no play. That'll be an infield an infield RBI base hit for Simpson. It brings Miller home from third. 3 runs have scored in this half inning, and now a 5-3 lead for Musselman.
And where has Sam Simpson come from? What was he doing the last week or so of the regular season? That was 4th hit in the last 2 games after coming into yesterday's game with a 178 average and only 8 hits on the season.
Apparently he's been in the cage.
Yeah.
Runners at first and second still as it brings up Trevor Bohr out of the number 9 spot in the order. He takes high and outside ball 1. He becomes the 8th Musselman hitter in this top half of the 5th inning. That's the way to answer the 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th that gave Hedgesville that brief 3-2 lead. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Bohr, who is 0 for 2, bouncing into a 3-6 fielder's choice. Last time up, a comebacker to the pitcher West, who threw on to first. West ready, 1-1 pitch. Here's a line drive sinking into left field, but well played by Cam Lady as he comes in a bit to his left, makes that grab, and the side is retired. Lady able to make that play to end the inning, but 8 batters come to the plate and 3 runs score, and we will go to the bottom half of inning number 5. It is now Musselman 5 and Hedgesville 3.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
We welcome you back in to Eagle Field. Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton on our TV 10 camera. It is Avery Newport, our on-site producer, our studio engineer, Colin McLaughlin. And thank you to Jean, who came up to let us know that the young girl that took that foul ball right off the top of the noggin an inning or so ago is okay. So some health folks here came, checked her out. She's got that ice pack on the head and is doing okay.
We do have a final from just down Route 9. It is a 9-1, 5-inning Mercy Rule, 8-run game. Hedgesville beating Musselman.
So 9-1.
So Hedgesville is in the driver's seat in softball.
There you go. And that means Musselman and Spring Mills will meet tomorrow. Here we go to the bottom half of inning number 5. First pitch, a strike to Aiden Milton. Now Hedgesville trying to find a way to answer after a run in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th to give them a brief 3-2 lead. Musselman put 3 on the board in that top half of the 5th inning and have regained the lead 5-3. Pitch to the plate misses. Count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. It was 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, 2 left, a walk, a hit batter in there as well, and a strikeout. Here's the pitch, just missing. 2 balls and a strike to Milton, who was 1 for 2, had a single his last time up after a ground out to third his first time up. Jason Myers on the hill, the freshman ready. Here's the delivery, grounded to the shortstop. Wolf up with it, and the throw in time. On a 2-1 pitch, Milton grounds out 6-3, 1 away for Braylon Connor.
And while Hedgesville doesn't want this to be the case and would like to get a few more runs here over the next 2 innings, we know that no lead is too safe going into the 7th inning when Hedgesville has an opportunity with 3 outs still. We have seen them come back a handful of times this year with deficits as big as, I believe, 5 was the biggest we've seen this year in the 7th inning.
Braylon Connor takes a pitch down low for ball 1. Yeah, the cardiac kids, you may call them. Not that you want to do that, though.
No lead too safe at all.
Myers ready, 1-0 delivery. This one sent the other way, but foul down the right field line. Now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Connor reached on an error to the shortstop in the 2nd inning and popped out to the shortstop in the 3rd inning. Pay attention, Trenton Wolf. Wolf made the put out of Milton to get this half inning started. Connor steps back in, awaits. Here's that 1-1. Just up and away, 2 balls and a strike. May have even heard Buck Hoffmaster holler that out.
Buck, one of the better ones at being vocal behind the plate. I think James Franklin is definitely the most movement behind the plate, but I would say Buck is definitely one of the more vocal ones.
2-1 well outside, 3 balls and a strike. A couple of walks to go along with a couple of strikeouts so far for Myers. With 1 out, nobody on, a 3-1 pitch is due. Let's see if he can find the strike zone here. He does not. It's down low and outside. That is ball 4. So Hedgesville has a base runner with 1 away for Colby Blau. The senior came in hitting .300 and has added to that with an infield hit and a run scored his last time up. He drew a walk back in the 2nd inning, so he's been up twice, on base twice. Trying to keep that string going. Myers to the plate, and the first pitch again low and away, ball 1. Tyler Smith in the on-deck circle. Bottom part of the order trying to do some damage. Pitch to the plate, hit in the air into center field. Ranging back and to his left is Hartman, and Blake Hartman there to make the catch for the 2nd out.
Gladden making that look easy in center field. That was a well-hit ball from Colby Blau. And Blake Hartman making that look routine in center field.
Again, got a good read off the bat. You could see had it measured all the way. Almost coasting back to his left to pull that one in. So now 2 outs with the runner at first. Tyler Smith, the batter. He's been on base twice. Right-hand hitter takes the pitch outside for ball 1.
Sent a single into right field his last at-bat. And that was in the 4th. In the 2nd inning, drew a walk on 4 pitches.
And gave way to Colin Weaver, a pinch runner, back in that 4th inning, and Weaver came around to score. Here's a pitch for a strike, now 1-1. And that run was the go-ahead run at the time. A brief 3-2 lead for Hedgesville before Musselman scored 3 in the top of the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and here's a ground ball in the hole between 3rd and short. That one out into left field for a hit. Good job by Smith. A little fooled by that one, a little out in front, but was able to keep the hands back, kind of flick the wrist and send that one into left field.
And there is proven so far in this tournament that there is not an easy out or somebody that you can take lightly in any order.
And with 2 outs especially.
Yeah, top to bottom, 2 outs, no matter where you are in the order. Everybody 1 through 9 has hit the baseball extremely well, and I'm not even just talking this game. Yesterday, our game earlier, there's been a lot of productivity from the bottom of orders so far in the last 2 days.
Pitch down low to Cam Lady. That is ball 1. Number 9 hitter in the order awaits. Myers ready, and the pitch, it's high, ball 2. Now you're getting some life again out of that Hedgesville dugout, and the faithful here. Lady has bounced into a 6-4 fielder's choice and laid down a sac bunt in which he reached on an error. Takes a pitch here for a strike on that inside edge. Now 2-1. 2 outs, 2 runners on base. 1st and 2nd. Hedgesville in need of runs. Myers missing with the 2-1. That's down low, ball 3. His pitch count up into the mid to upper 80s.
Still plenty of wiggle room.
At least in this half inning. Here's a pitch to the plate and a ground ball again in that hole between 3rd and short. Cut off by the 3rd baseman. Can he get him at first? Yes, he did. Liam Wilson to his left, fielding and throwing in a great stretch by Kyle Lohr at first to get the outs. It goes 5-3. The inning ends, and a couple of base runners are left on for the Hedgesville Eagles. We will head to the 6th inning when we come back. Your score remaining, Musselman 5 and Hedgesville 3.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton on our TV10 camera. Avery Newport's our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin, our engineer back at the studio. It's a 5-3 Musselman lead as the Applemen bat in the top of the 6th inning. We're back to the top of the order and back with the play-by-play. Here's Matt.
Thank you, sir. 1 run in the top of the first and the second for Musselman. Goose eggs for Hedgesville in the first 2 innings, but then Hedgesville owned the third and fourth, 1 in the bottom of the third, 2 in the bottom of the fourth. And Musselman coming back in the fifth. They plated 3 the last time they came to bat. Back to the top of the order, Kyle West out for his 6th inning of work. The leadoff batter, Kyle Lohr, takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Lohr had an RBI single in the second, a sandwich that hit between a pair of lineouts into center field.
Lohr stands in the back of that left-hand batter's box, awaits the 0-1, swings through that 0-1 pitch, quickly behind in the count 0-2. So far today, he is 1 for 3. A single right back up the middle and an RBI, scoring Trenton Wolf in that second inning. That made the score 2-0 at the time. Here comes the 0-2. This one a dribbler foul and hitting Lohr in the box on its way out. And he will gingerly make his way back to the batter's box.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight.
Boy, have we seen a couple of blowouts in softball today. Jefferson in the Section 2 tournament opening play today with an 18-1 win over Hampshire.
Not surprising. Hampshire, not a great year for the Trojans softball team this year. 0-2 is the count as we're in the top of the 6th inning. Musselman holds a 2-run advantage, 5-3. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss as Lohr chased that one high inside, and he is retired on strikes for the first time today. We would have that as the 4th strikeout for Kyle West on the evening.
Well, and pretty good to get Lohr. That is just his 6th strikeout in what would have been 80 at-bats on the season with the 3 prior at-bats in this one. Wow.
Again, just a freshman, folks. Baden Hartman stands in. Had a big double into left field. His last at-bat as he takes strike 1. That one hugging the line all the way down. It was a matter of is it going to be fair or not, and it was about 4 or 5 feet fair. This one a chopper to the left side. Riley Bubb, a great stab at third, fires across the diamond, and they get Hartman by a step. Shouldn't even say a full step, half step at first base.
Put a little star by that one. What a play from Riley Bubb to get the second out of the inning. I don't think Connor had a chance. The shortstop ranging to his right would have caught that so deep in the hole. That's an awful long throw, but what a play by Bubb to not only field it but then set and make that accurate but strong throw.
2 down as it brings up Blake Hartman, hoping to start yet another 2-out surge offensively because apparently that's the only time you can score runs in this game. Here comes the first pitch to Hartman. Fastball outside, maybe also a bit above the letters for ball 1. Hartman a single in the first, a pop out in the third, and was hit by a pitch but came around to score a run in the 5th inning.
It's proven to be a tough out.
Stands in. The 1-0 pitch fouled off into the netting just to our right. Count even at 1. Hartman came in a .458 hitter, has added a hit to his resume today. 39 hits on the season. Stands in awaiting that 1-1 pitch. Here it is from Kyle West. That one below the knees. Good take for Hartman. Count 2-1.
Matt, these teams have met 3 times already this season. 2 of those matchups here. Hedgesville won the opener 11-1.
The 2-1 pitch. That one fouled off over towards the third base dugout belonging to the Applemen. Evens the count up at 2, and 2s are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
After that early season 11-1 loss, Musselman scored an 11-7 win here against the Eagles later in the year, and then Hedgesville returned the favor out at Musselman with an 8-4 victory. So much tighter games those second 2.
West ready with the 2-2. Reared back and brought some velocity with the fastball, but that one misses up and away. Full count. Hartman steps back in. Inside third of the batter's box. Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Ready with the pitch. Here's the 3-2. That one skied foul out of play over towards the Little League field. There's some action going on in the Little League field when we got here.
Yeah.
I think they're wrapped up by now. There's also some T-ball just before we got started. It was a busy night at the ballpark in Hedgesville.
It's got to be all-star time, right? Practices.
Yeah. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming. Here's the 3-2. High outside, ball 4.
Good eye for walk number 13 on the season for Hartman. This is the same scenario, Matt, as that first inning. The first two batters retired. Then Hartman reached on a single. Then here it's a walk, and Jacob Miller came up and did some damage. Can they do it again?
And, Matt, the trifecta for Hartman. He's been hit by a pitch, walked, and got a hit. He reached in an error. That's four of the main ways you can get on base. First pitch to Jacob Miller is a called strike. He was taken the whole way, did everything but not take the bat off his shoulder. He reached on an error. His last at-bat, well, you mentioned the RBI triple in the first inning. Here comes the 0-1, a swing and a miss. As once again, we've seen it a couple times today, Miller pulling that front foot out on the swing.
Well, and out in front because Kyle West pulled the string on that one. You know, has that big wind-up and then kind of slows the arm down as he lets it go, and Miller way out in front.
West once again a pitch away from getting it out of the inning. But first, fires over to first. Blake Hartman back in on the dive. Getting that jersey dirty. Now regains that lead at first base. West comes set. 0-2 the count to Miller. Here comes that 0-2. The runner is on the move, but a called strike, 3 at the plate, and Jacob Miller is retired on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 5 on the game for Kyle West, and the side is retired. Bottom of the 6th when we come back. Musselman still holds a 2-run lead over Hedgesville, 5-3. We're back in 60 seconds.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
As we welcome you back into Eagle Field, a stat adjustment, 6 strikeouts now for Kyle West, going back to the 3rd inning. Didn't carry down the strikeout that allowed Jacob Miller to reach first base on the drop 3rd strike. So now 6, up to half a dozen for Kyle West on the mound. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-3 is the Musselman lead, trying to pull off the upset for the 2nd straight day. Back to the top of the order for Hedgesville. This is the part of the order you want up this time of the game. 6 outs to play with at this point. Butkus stands in. 0 for 3 on the day and 2 strikeouts. Stands in. Jason Myers back out for his 6th inning of work. First pitch swinging. That one sent foul down the left field line for strike 1 to Thomas Butkus.
Matt, if we get a chance as this game wraps up, we're hoping to get you to the 4th quarter of the Wizards and Sixers, with Philly out in front 3-1 in that series, and the 76ers with a 72-70 lead, 9 minutes left in the 3rd in that one.
Give an update on the Nationals in Atlanta.
Working on that as we speak.
Here comes the 0-1 from Myers, breaking ball, chopped right back up the middle, moving to his left is Wolf, fires across his body, across the diamond, and they get Thomas Butkus by a half step. Another bang-bang play at first base and another impressive play at shortstop by Trenton Wolf.
Yeah, again, you put a little star by that when he covered a lot of ground to his left, caught it on an in-between hop, and again, couldn't plant and throw. So really off balance, really awkward looking as he twisted that body and let that throw go and still was accurate. Hey, by the way, Nats and Braves, end of 3, tied at 1.
Brings up Kyle West. He takes the first pitch, breaking ball, didn't quite snap in, wasn't able to pull the string. Was Jason Myers. That one misses outside, ball 1. 2 for 3 is Kyle West on the day. He sends this from the opposite way, and a scorcher that gets by Liam Wilson. Never got in a good position to play that baseball. Rounding first, he's going to try for 2. In on the head first dive, and in at second with a 1-out double, his second double of the day. And Kyle West trying to will Hedgesville back into this one.
9 doubles now on the season. And after diving into second base, came up looking at the dugout off the first base side, clapping hard, hopeful that gets some life into this offense. I mean, that could be the last at bat in this game when you look at how it's playing out right now. So you got to get something going here with the top of the order.
And Liam Wilson barely time to react to that baseball.
West has hit him as hard as anybody.
Yeah, his single in the 4th inning. Nobody was able to react to. It was scorched up the middle. That one much the same, going by Liam Wilson at third base. A wardrobe malfunction at first as Kyle Lohr tying the right cleat.
Took a little bit of time. Had to tighten that one up and then eventually get it laced. Tied.
He's been running from his position to first an awful lot today. Caden DeLauder swings through, strike 1. First pitch he saw. 1 down in the bottom of the 6th.
That pitch up a little bit, but he was anxious and chased it.
An RBI on the day so far as he swings through the 0-1 pitch. That one looked a little low, so he's chased one up. He's chased one down. Now looking for one right down the middle.
See what Myers comes back with here. DeLauder had an RBI on a fielder's choice ground ball his last time up, but he is officially 0 for 3.
Stands in, slightly open stance in the back of the batter's box. Here comes the 0-2. That fastball low and away. Ball 1. Not a bad chase pitch for Jason Myers. Good stop for Baden Harpin as that one fading away quickly. It keeps Kyle West at second base. Corners playing even with the bases. Ready with that 1-2 here to Sir Myers. This one a roller to shortstop, goes off of the leg of Trenton Wolf and no play at first base. That one skipping pretty hard towards short, and I'm not even sure that one ever really hit the glove of Trenton Wolf. Looked like it ricocheted off that right leg more than anything. Now runners at the corners, 1 down.
Now that is an E6, and that would be error number 3 in this one for Musselman, and yet they hold a 5-3 edge on the scoreboard, but Hedgesville threatening.
Goes West at third base, now to DeLauder at first base. Standing in is Riley Bubb, takes ball 1 low and away. Bubb an RBI double in this one. It's his 34th run driven in of the year. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Here comes the 1-0. This one a chopper to third base. Up with it is Liam Wilson. Fires a second to get one, and that is all that they will get in the field. Kyle West coming in to score from third, and Hedgesville back within 1 at 5-4 on the fielder's choice. That will go 5-4.
Well, there you go. Riley Bubb getting the job done. His second run batted in. He gets it on the fielder's choice ground ball. Would love to have gotten a base hit to really keep things going, but at least you get in a run and get a little bit closer. Good heads-up play there as well by Liam Wilson. Had a chance maybe to throw to the plate, and you end up getting that runner in a rundown or potentially throw it away. He made sure that he got a guy out at second base.
First pitch to Aiden Milton. That one missed low. Count 1-0. Myers out of the stretch, ready with the 1-0. A swing and a miss. Count even to Aiden Milton now at 1.
A big swing.
He was definitely trying to turn, send one in a gap somewhere. Bubb gets his lead off of first base. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2. That one on the outer third.
Myers nearing the end of his evening via the pitch count.
Looks over at first before coming set. Ready with the 1-2. Here it is. Runner on the move from first, but it will not matter as that one sent foul about 5 to 6 feet right of the first base bag, and we'll do that 1-2 again. And Riley Bubb will come back to first.
Not sure what the situation is for Kyle Lohr, but did you notice a limp as he went over to get to that baseball in foul territory? Kind of circled around and still a limp as he walked back to first.
Here comes the 1-2 again. Runner on the move. Throw down to second. Nobody covering the bag. That one airmailed into center field. Riley Bubb going to go to second. It gets by Blake Hartman in center field, and it's a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as Riley Bubb will go from first to home on the steal, and then the air in center field. First on the throw, then Blake Hartman overrunning the baseball.
Yeah, that's a pair of errors. The E2 on the throw down, and then the, well, I guess how would you say it? Maybe it's just the 1. You give him credit for the steal and then the error.
He's
that
not
ultimately
coming home
the
if
two-base
Hartman
error.
doesn't make a.
Well, that's true. So the error in center field.
Yeah,
so you're talking two, the E2 and the E8. And wow, a couple of errors gives Musselman 4 now in this one. An appeal over to third, saying maybe he missed the bag, but he did not.
It was a ball at the plate, so the count even at 2. Myers back to the windup with the bases empty.
Score even as well.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and Aiden Milton goes down on strikes. 2 runs come across. We are tied at 5 as we go to the final inning of play, or at least the final scheduled inning of play. 7th inning when we come back. It is Hedgesville 5, Musselman 5. We're back in 1 minute.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com.
Welcome back into Eagle Field. To the 7th inning we go, and we got a good one. Tied at 5. A run on the top of the first for Musselman as well as the top of the second. Then Hedgesville took the third and fourth. 1 run in the bottom of the third, then a pair in the fourth. Musselman 3 runs in the top of the fifth and 2 runs in the bottom of the sixth for Hedgesville to tie it up. Kyle West back out for his 7th inning of work as he finishes up his warm-up pitches, and it will be Myers followed by Wilson and Wolf. The 3 due up this inning. So that is the 5, 6, 7 due up for the Applemen.
How tight is this ball game? Ready? Through 6, Musselman, 5 runs, 8 hits, 5 errors, 8 left, 5 in scoring position. Hedgesville, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They've left 9, also with 5 in scoring position.
We would have West at 100 pitches on the nose coming into this inning. First pitch is a strike to Jason Myers. So to get out of this inning, he's going to have to be pretty efficient.
Meanwhile, we've got Myers at 110, meaning there will be a new pitcher for Musselman in the bottom of the 7th when Hedgesville bats.
Myers swings through the 0-1. Count quickly 0-2 to Myers. Ready with the 0-2. Here it is. Fastball, swing and a miss. And Myers is retired on strikes for the 3rd time today.
7 Ks now for West, and is the adrenaline pumping or what? I think he threw that one about as hard as he's thrown any pitch.
Brings up Liam Wilson. Wilson on the day, a walk and a single. Also one of the 7 strikeouts. West looks in, gets the pitch he wants, comes set out of the stretch. Here comes the first pitch, and a strike right down the middle to Liam Wilson. And, Matt, I'm with you. He's throwing the ball just about as hard as he has all game.
Well, and hitting his spots, too. First 4 pitches, all strikes.
Here comes the 0-1 and a called strike, too. That one a little bit of break on it and has not missed the zone yet.
No,
he knew he had to be efficient to get through this inning, and that is what he's done. Quickly, ready with the 0-2, and a called strike 3 on the inside corner.
Yeah, and you feel that momentum, and if he can get this last batter, and good grief, if he would strike out Wolf to strike out the side, all the momentum in the world for Hedgesville as they would come up with a 6, 7, and 8 hitters do and a chance for a walk-off win.
The batter is Trenton Wolf, a single, and has reached a second time on a fielder's choice. Here's the first pitch. That one misses the zone. So there goes the immaculate inning. Ball 1. Ready with that 1-0 pitch. Here it is from West. Fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Count even at 1.
Immaculate inning, as you mentioned, would be 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. So
correct.
3 strikes to each batter.
Scherzer did that a few years ago. Here comes the 1-1 breaking ball in for strike 2, and Wolf didn't like that. Giving a quick glance back to Buck Hoffmaster. Now with 2 strikes, Wolf going to have to protect. West comes set, ready. Here comes the 1-2. This one sent into left center field, and it will drop in for a single. Good piece of hitting for Trenton Wolf, just trying to protect and ends up with a 2-out single because, well, when else has anybody got a hit today except with 2 outs?
So now Sam Simpson out of the number 8 spot in the order with 2 outs, trying to keep a little rally going with Trevor Board due next.
He would have this right around 109 or 110 on the dot in pitches for Kyle West. On the move is Trenton Wolf going towards second base, and no throw as Aiden Milton couldn't come up with it cleanly. Ball 1 at the plate. Now a runner in scoring position is Trenton Wolf.
Wolf will get the steal off with that pitch, and Milton just couldn't handle it cleanly. Never got a grasp on it to try to throw down.
Simpson an infield single today with an RBI, his 6th of the year. Here comes the 1-0, a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, clearly fooled by that pitch. Just strike 1, though. Step back in there, stay focused, got a chance. See if another clutch 2-out hit comes for one of these two teams.
Here comes the 1-1 and a swing and a miss. And now Simpson down to his last strike, and Kyle West a strike away from going 7 full innings. Comes set. Glances back at second. Here comes the 1-2 inside, and they called strike 3. Breaking ball looked a couple inches inside, but according to Buck Hoffmaster, it caught the inside of the plate. 3 strikeouts in the 7th inning for Kyle West, and it could be the walk-off time of the night for the Hedgesville Eagles. We shall see. Bottom of the 7th coming up. We're tied at 5 and back in 1 minute.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Jacob Miller now on the mound for Musselman in the bottom of the 7th. Hedgesville trying to walk it off and take control of this sectional round of the playoffs. Both starting pitchers have completed what they can today. Pitch count, if we go to extra innings, Kyle West will not be able to come out 114 pitches, and exactly at 110 was Jason Myers, so it'll be Jacob Miller on the mound as we go to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 5.
For the starter, Myers, for the Musselman Appleman, he'll go 6 innings, giving up 5 runs on 8 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
For Hedgesville, it will be 6, 7, and 8 due up. That is Braylon Connor, Colby Blau, and Tyler Smith. Braylon Connor so far on the day has reached on an error and walked, so has reached twice, but is officially 0 for 2. First pitch from Miller. In for strike 1 on the outside corner. Get you Miller's numbers here throughout this at-bat. Here is the 0-1 to Braylon Connor. Off the plate, ball 1, count even at 1.
From one Miller to another, let me read those numbers for you as Jacob Miller makes his 7th game appearance this season.
1-1 pitch well off the plate. Baden Hartman sliding into the left-hand batter's box to keep that one in front. Count 2-1.
Third time that he's appeared in relief. His record 1-2 and a 4.96 ERA.
2-1, swing and sending this one foul. Bouncing over to Josh Hartman, who has very quick hands. Yeah. The head coach for Musselman grabbing that one on the bounce. Count even at 2. Miller out of the windup, stands in the center of that rubber. Here comes the 2-2 pitch and fouled off. This one going over top of the indoor batting facility and locker room down the right field line. Count stays even at 2.
Jacob Miller in 18 and a third innings on the season, allowing 18 runs, 13 earned on 19 hits.
2-2 breaking ball stays above the letters. Full count.
He has struck out 10, but Matt has walked 12.
Here comes the payoff pitch on the 3-2. This one lifted foul down the right field line and out of play. Let's do it again.
Now you like the at-bat for Connor. This will be the 8th pitch. Trying to reach for a 3rd time in this one, but doesn't have a hit. Has reached on an error and a walk.
Sam Simpson standing in shallow right field at second base. Trenton Wolf standing back at short as well. Lifted into right field. Moving over is Trevor Bohr. He will camp underneath of it for out number 1. 7 pitches to retire the first batter of the inning, but Braylon Connor is retired on the fly out to right field.
A good pitch by Miller. Getting the out. Nice play by Bohr. Read it off the bat. Able to get under it and make the play.
Brings up Colby Blau. First pitch to Blau. They called strike on the outside.
Blau's been very solid out of that number 7 spot. A walk, an infield hit, and a fly out to center. He has scored a run.
Here comes the 0-1. Bent out of the way, but that breaking ball dropping in perfectly. Strike 2. Miller quickly back into his windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just off the plate, ball 1. I think the Musselman faithful are ready for Buck Hoffmaster to ring up Blau. He says off the plate. So now Miller will deliver the 1-2 pitch. Here it is to Blau. That one a fastball low and away. Ball 2.
Blau doesn't walk often. 4 walks on the season, make it 5 after his one earlier in this game.
Ready with the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Breaking ball. That one misses. 3-2.
Yeah, missed high. You could see Baden Hartman with that catch kind of jerk that glove down trying to get the call of a strike.
Back-to-back full counts. The first was a foul. Let's see what this 3-2 has in store as it's sent foul down the first base line and ricocheting all the way down into deep right field.
And I think the dugout on Coach Snyder in that first base coach's box, he put that left hand down and then pulled it back up like, I'm not going to barehand that one.
Ready again with the 3-2 pitch. Here's the payoff, and ball 4. That one below the knees. So a one-out base runner in the bottom of the 7th tie ball game, and it brings to the plate Tyler Smith.
4 walks in 40 at-bats on the season coming in. 2 walks in 4 plate appearances in this one for Colby Blau.
And not that you're necessarily watching pitch count at this point, but it's taken 14 pitches to get through the first 2 batters for Jacob Miller. And not necessarily surprised when you look at the number of walks he's given up.
But you got to watch it at least at some point.
First pitch to Tyler Smith, misses low, ball 1. And yeah, in this situation, we talked about it in the pregame show. What do you do with pitching? You have to figure out it's not just game to game anymore. It's okay, what do I have in store if we got to play Saturday or next week? Here comes the 1-0 pitch, lifted foul out of play over top of our heads. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 8 batter in the order, Tyler Smith.
Well, the luxury is if you get this win, you get the day off tomorrow. But you got to get this win.
Get you 24 hours. Maybe 48 depending on the weather tomorrow. Jacob Miller steps off the back of the rubber. Blau back to first. Miller now will toe that pitching rubber. Here's the 1-1, a partial square for Tyler Smith. Never really committed, but also never really pulled back. And that one will ricochet off the bat, foul back to the backstop. Now 2 strikes on Smith.
Well, Smith didn't get a bunt down earlier in this ball game, but ultimately in that 4th inning came up with a base hit to right field.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Miller. Here it is, breaking ball. Fouled back into the screen. Count remains 1-2. And if you're going to bunt. If you're going to pull back. That one kind of sitting in no man's land. Not sure what to do with it.
Ended up being an foul ball.
Yep. Blau gets his lead off first. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Smith. This one a ground ball, and it gets by the third baseman, Liam Wilson, into left field. Blau at second base, and it gets by the left fielder, Hazlett, in left. So now to third base, 90 feet away is the winning run. Colby Blau, and outfield blunders for Musselman. The reason Hedgesville was able to tie it, and now the reason they could possibly win it.
That would be the 6th error in this ball game that we would have on Musselman. It will be a single, but then the error allows the base runner to advance, going from first to third. I believe Kisner has come in and will be running at first. And again, that run really doesn't mean a whole lot.
But now it gives the opportunity to Cam Lady with just 1 out. At second, if you lift one into the outfield, it's not much harm. Now if you lift one deep enough into the outfield, Colby Blau's got speed. That could win the game. Cam Lady has driven in 9 this year and has reached on a air in this one. Runners at the corners and the infield is all in on the grass. Here's the first pitch. This one driven foul down the first base line. On the move with the pitch was Luke Kisner. He will now retreat back to first base, and there won't be a throw. He can take second. And quite frankly, that run is only going to matter if you throw Colby Blau out at the plate. Again on the move to second. A fastball misses upstairs. Count 1-1.
Yeah, infield playing in, so paying no attention whatsoever to Kisner as he goes to second.
Buck Hoffmaster getting some baseballs from the home dugout. As we have seen, a couple sent foul deep down the right field line over. He passed several batters. And Matt, any thoughts here on, nah, never mind. I won't even say it. Looking at the top of the order. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Lady, a ground ball to the left side. Wilson up with it, fires to home, and it gets away from Baden to Hartman, and that is your ball game. Coming in to score from third base is Colby Blau, and it is a RBI walk-off for Cam Lady. Hedgesville gets the win over Musselman, 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th, and the Eagles are now in the driver's seat.
Wow. You hate to call it, but that's an error on that throw, which is going to be 2 more errors in this half inning, which is going to give them 7 errors in this ball game. And to think they had the opportunity in this one, but fall by a run.
6-5 your final. Let's send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we will recap the scoring in this one and give you some numbers as well as setting you up for our next broadcast. Again, your final in this one, Hedgesville getting the win over Musselman, 6-5. We're back in 2 minutes.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Conveniently located at 440 Williamsport Pike in Martinsburg, Sunset Car Wash's staff specializes in keeping your car clean. From our famous 3-minute cloth wash to our touchless automatic and 6 self-serving bays, we offer whatever preference you have for your car wash needs. If your vehicle could talk, it would say, "Take me to Sunset Car Wash." So stop by and see us today at Sunset Car Wash at 440 Williamsport Pike in Martinsburg. Locally owned and operated.
Final in this one, a walk-off for Hedgesville in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they get the win by a final of 6-5. What a ball game. We saw a good one, a well-pitched game this afternoon between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. And this one, the bats coming alive at different times for each side in this matchup, but a equally as exciting game as Hedgesville now puts themselves in the driver's seat of the section. They will get at least 24 hours off. Looking at the weather, it may be more like 48 hours off. And for Musselman. It is a rematch with Martinsburg and what becomes an elimination game either tomorrow or Friday. Right now scheduled for tomorrow, but again, the weather not looking promising. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. Avery Newport's been our on-site engineer. John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman, and Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. Matt, heck of a baseball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Musselman takes the 1-0 lead in the top half of the first inning, and they do it with 2 outs, a single from Blake Hartman, an RBI triple from Jacob Miller. They add to the lead with a run in the second inning, and again, it was a clutch 2-out RBI single from Kyle Lohr. That scored Trenton Wolf, who had singled earlier in the inning. In Musselman off to the hot start. Hedgesville would get their run in the third inning, again with a clutch 2-out hit after a double from Kyle West with 1 away. Riley Bubb had the RBI double with 2 outs. That got Hedgesville within a run, trailing 2-1. They would take a brief lead with a couple of runs in the bottom of the fourth inning. An infield hit for Colby Blau, a single into right for Tyler Smith, a sacrifice bunt for Cam Lady, but he reached on an error after a strikeout. Kyle West delivered an RBI single, and then an RBI fielder's choice from Caden DeLauder gave Hedgesville that brief lead. I say brief because in the top of the fifth inning, 3 scored for Musselman, a leadoff double from Baden Hartman. Blake Hartman was hit by a pitch. Jacob Miller reached on an error. As the inning continued, it would be a fielder's choice from Trenton Wolf and a single from Sam Simpson to help drive in a pair. And Musselman regaining that lead, but Hedgesville not going to go quietly, right? 2 runs in that bottom of the sixth inning. And again, it was an RBI fielder's choice that helped to bring in a run after Kyle West had doubled, and an error on a steal. In fact, 2 errors, as the throw was high into center field for an error allowing the initial steal, and then under the glove of the center fielder, Blake Hartman, and that error allowed the runner to get up and not only go to third but come home and score. That had us tied, and then in the bottom of the seventh inning with 1 out, we talk about walks all the time. Colby Blau draws the base on balls. Tyler Smith delivers a single, and Cam Lady with the fielder's choice ground ball with the infield drawn in. Again, another error on that play, allowing the game-winning run to score. And really the difference in this one, Matt, the miscues for Musselman.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get into some of those numbers when we come back. That is how we got to our score. We'll tell you who contributed on the mound and at the plate when we come back from this 1-minute timeout. Again, your final in this one, Hedgesville getting the win over Musselman, 6-5. We're back in 1 minute.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into Eagle Field one final time as we look to wrap up our post-game show. But first, some individual numbers. Let's start with the pitching duo. Kyle West on the mound for Hedgesville. He goes the distance, 7 innings, giving up 5 runs on 9 hits, striking out 9, walking 2, and hitting a batter. He finished on the day with 114 pitches, so he was not going to be able to come out in extra innings. On the flip side for Musselman, Jason Myers went 6 innings on the mound. He's giving up 5 runs on 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He gave way to Jacob Miller, again because of the pitch count issues. Miller going a third of an inning, giving up 1 run on 1 hit, walking 1, and not striking out a batter. Let's look at some offensive numbers in this one, starting with Musselman. The leadoff spot, an RBI single for Kyle Lohr, a double and a run scored for Baden Hartman. Blake Hartman reached 3 times, a walk, hit by a pitch, and a single. Jacob Miller, a RBI triple, would also come around to score a run. Jason Myers, an infield single, a single for Liam Wilson, 2 singles for Trenton Wolf, a single for Sam Simpson, And that rounds out what Musselman was able to do at the plate. For Hedgesville, looking at the top of the order, not a great day for Thomas Butka. He finished with 2 strikeouts and going 0 for 4. Kyle West is in the number 2 spot in the order. He finished with 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and an RBI, and a pair of doubles as 2 of those 3 hits. A RBI double for Riley Bubb, a single for Aiden Milton, an infield single for Colby Blau, and a crucial couple of walks and the game-winning run scored. A single for Tyler Smith, make that 2 singles for Tyler Smith, and Cam Lady ends up putting the one in play that ends this one here. Final numbers look like this for Musselman: 5 runs on 9 hits, 7 errors in the field, 9 runners left on, 6 of those in scoring position. For Hedgesville, 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, 11 runners left on, 6 of those in scoring position. Kyle West gets the win. He is 5-3. Jacob Miller gets the loss. He is 1-3. Time of the game, 1 hour and 59 minutes. All right, let's set you up for what is next for both of these teams, and in turn this time of year, what is next for us. Hedgesville, again, has earned a bye. They are scheduled to be off for 24 hours. That is tomorrow. That is it, but again, weather pending, it looks like there's still about an 80% chance of rain tomorrow, so that may push everything back. They are awaiting the winner in the elimination game between Martinsburg and Musselman as a rematch from yesterday. So that sets up what is waiting for Musselman as well. Matt, do you have the scores from everything else that went on today softball-wise before we close everything out?
Yeah, softball, some blowout victories on the day as it was Spring Mills eliminating Martinsburg 25-6. Hedgesville then took care of Musselman 9-1, so Hedgesville in the driver's seat in girls softball as well, as Musselman will now have to come back out and play at Spring Mills tomorrow in yet another elimination game. Meanwhile, Jefferson knocked off Hampshire 18-1 over in Section 2, and that means Jefferson will play at Washington tomorrow. Hampshire, despite the loss, gets a day off before facing elimination. In baseball earlier today, it was Spring Mills falling to Martinsburg 5-1. The Cardinals eliminated. Martinsburg will now host Musselman tomorrow after the Appleman fall to Hedgesville in this one 6-5, and over in Section 2. It was Washington over Hampshire 7-1, and that means Washington will play at Jefferson in a winner's bracket game tomorrow night at 6. Hampshire gets the day off before they would face elimination.
We will stick in this section tomorrow and bring you the Musselman-Martinsburg game. That one a scheduled 7 o'clock first pitch at P.O. Faulkner. We would look to get on the air at about 6:40 on all of our entities, Talk Radio, WRNR TV 10, and our WRNR TV YouTube page. All right, that's going to wrap it up from here for us for the evening. A big thanks to all the folks here at Eagle Field, both head coaches, for stats and interviews before the game. John Alderton has been our TV 10 cameraman. Avery Newport, our on-site engineer. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. For Matt Miller, I am Matt Crawford, reminding you our final in this one, Hedgesville beating Musselman 6-5. This has been West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists, off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.